Mm. Okay, Sharm, it's just you and I.
Yeah, for the time being.
Yes. Hi, everybody. Welcome. We have a lot to talk about today. Here is Charmaine, and I am Sharon Rico Review, and we are gonna dive into Bethany. We're gonna Hi Antoinette, welcome. We're gonna
Hello.
dive into what you call it there, Dave and Amber eventually, Miss Shauna, stuff like that. But we're gonna start the day off with Bethany. So okay, Antoinette, come on this stage. Okay, darling, one moment. All right, welcome, Antoinette.
Hi everyone.
Okay,
Hi.
okay, it's nice to see you.
I know I've been taking care of mom. Mom been ill, so she's staying
Okay,
with me. So
Sorry
been
to
a
hear
burden the
that.
last few days.
I'm sorry to
okay,
hear
pray
that.
that
I
you
hope
get
she
better.
feel better soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. I simply, hello, chat. Welcome. As soon as you guys come on in, just remember to click the like button. Who haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We appreciate you guys. All right, so now we have an issue with Bethany. Bethany knows her dad was putting out a charge for Lynette. Bethany has her husband. What Bethany should have done, tell Larry. Say, Larry,
Yep.
this is what's happening. And she dropped the ball there. And this situation is only going to make it worse for their relationship. Okay, all right, guys. So this is pretty bad. As I was saying before, Bethany
Mm-hmm.
should have told Larry as soon as her father told her that he have some contact in high places and they're gonna put a warrant out for Lynette arrest. And what she should have iterate to her dad is that, Dad, I started it. Regardless, you see my face looking like this, she and I have the same kind of injuries. You know what I mean? And I provoked her. And
It's-
Bethany keep her mouth shut. And she, deep down, she really wanted Lynette to get in trouble. But at the same time, a part of her don't want her to. But Larry told her, if she get arrested, I'm going to go bail Lynette out. And I guess Bethany was too busy finding out where he went to so Larry lied about where he went and she lied about she went. So this whole thing is a mess. Okay, take it away, Charmaine.
Okay, first of all, something just came to mind. You
Mm,
remember when Bethany ex came back? He had that meeting with the dad and
mm-hmm,
also with Greg. And then dad came to Larry and was checking Larry about the whole
mm-hmm.
thing in Montana. Suppose this is what the dad is his ultimate goal is to break them apart, to break
Exactly.
Larry and Bethany apart, because he knows that Larry is not going to stand for that. And that is why he
He
went
did
ahead
it.
and did what he did. So
yeah.
I think so,
I'm
Charmaine. I
thinking
think so.
he has an ulterior motive, because
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they are. I'm not going to say they're racist, but I don't think he likes the relationship between Larry and Bethany, because he
I
was
don't think
checking
so
him
either. And I
and
will call
saying
it. He's a
yes.
racist.
And I think his ulterior motive is to break them apart,
Mm-hmm.
and he knows that this can do it.
Okay, Antoinette is our other guest, guys. So we have Charmaine here who is just joining, and we have Antoinette, and the link is in there. Yes.
I
So
was I was
yes.
gonna say, ladies, that at the beginning when Bethany was the manager at the building that Chase them was where Chase's get his office at, how Bethany was starting a lot of stuff with Chase and his guests that was coming in, and Larry always defended her. He defended her every time. So I don't understand why her father thinks that Larry ain't trying to defend her. You know what I'm saying? He must. I mean, why he don't go out like this for Greg?
I
You see
know.
that? It's like it was like he let Bethany or he baby her so much in life that he figured she can't do no wrong. Like her stuff
Yeah.
don't stink. You know, so I don't know if y'all seen the skit, the last two skits, but it's
Okay,
out
I'm gonna
already.
pull up the other one. We just started off with this one first.
Yeah. So what I was gonna say, Sharon, you know,
Mhm.
she should have told him like you all said when she first found out that her dad put in a call when she went to the office to visit him. She should have came home and told Larry then. It's too little, too late now, because it's too little, too late. And she should have told him when she was sitting in the car, when she's in the in her driveway. She had opportunity to tell him then. So she had a few opportunities to tell Larry what her dad was doing, but she didn't.
Exactly. And I think the reason why she didn't do that, deep down, she really wanted Lynette to get arrested.
I
Hmm.
think so too. I think she in the back of her mind, she wanted that, but now she's kind of thinking what the repercussions going to be.
Yes.
And
Hmm.
I'm not talking about the early days when Larry used to defend. I'm talking
Okay.
just since the Montana thing,
Hmm.
because
Okay.
since the Montana thing and not Larry, Bethany dad says Larry did not defend
Yeah.
Bethany while she was getting beaten by his ex. So
Yes.
he was very upset about that. When he came home and he checked him and said something about when he was in the army and a whole heap of things. So I think he was so upset because he think Larry did not defend her the way he was supposed to defend his wife.
Yes.
And I think that is why he went and called in a favor.
And
So there
also
are
I want to
still
say, ladies, oh, go ahead. And also I want to say, ladies, Bethany didn't tell her dad the full story. She didn't tell her dad that she was told not to come. She forced her way there. So she didn't tell her dad the whole story. She didn't tell her dad how she provoked Lynette. She didn't tell her dad any of that till at the last minute, that how I push her buttons, this and that. But you did not tell your dad that you forced your way to Montana, that you were not invited. You forced your way to Montana. See, she didn't tell her dad that part.
And she did not tell her that she
no, she
provoked
didn't.
Lynette.
She
No,
didn't.
she
There's
did
a
not
new
tell her
skit.
dad.
But
A new
everything is going to come out in the court.
Oh yeah.
Okay, guys.
a new
Okay.
I'm
skit.
gonna pull up the other skit.
Yeah, there's one that Larry found out about.
Yes, that's the
Yeah,
last one.
yeah, that's the last one.
Yeah.
And she got arrested.
Yeah.
Yep.
One moment.
My favorite way to unwind is by playing.
Hey, ladies, there
Darling,
are
you
two
can
skits.
talk about anything you like
Ladies, there are two more skits after is
to defend herself. Hopefully she doesn't get any it doesn't go too bad for Lynette.
can I ask you,
Remember,
ladies?
remember, Bethany said she was not going to press any charges. Even if she was
Yes.
arrested, she was not going to press any charges. And the father said whatever she wants to do, but this is going to happen. So I think Bethany might not press the charges, but it's still going to impact her marriage.
Yep. Yes, it is. Because he did tell Bethany that if she get arrested, he will bail her out. And I think this definitely gonna draw a more wedge in the marriage.
Yes.
It's gonna draw, and I won't be surprised if he come back from Montana. If he leave tonight, leave tomorrow, do what he gotta do in Montana. Cause she's supposed to come to Atlanta to get ready
Yes.
to testify against Bethany.
I
Mm-hmm.
think
So
that's
So
why
now
they
that
not
just
did
gonna
it.
get that's why they did that on purposely, you know. So when she do come and testify,
Where's a divorce, Amber? Okay, we're not gonna talk about this one yet, Nancy. Thank you for that comment. We're dealing with Bethany first. We're gonna leave our Amber for the last. Okay, guys? Yes. True. The truth will set you free, Bethany. Your marriage is in trouble. So true, Annette. So true. Um, divorce Larry. Angela says, divorce Larry. Bethany, make Larry go be with both his with his baby mother. Both his baby mother. Nancy said, "This is Bethany go leave the show because she's on a big network." Yeah, yeah, we remember. Oh, I'm not sure if she's gonna leave, but she said she was on a big network.
Yeah, I think
Lynette
she's gonna
has
leave for a
older
while.
son just found out ASAP. Yes, I know. I'll play the next tape after. So, ladies are from Annette. Or do you have a feedback? Antoinette, do you have a
Um,
feedback?
but,
Okay.
but I was gonna say that
No, no,
I
no.
don't
I
know how
don't
to.
need you to comment. I'm just saying, do you have a feedback? Because I'm getting a feedback when I'm
Oh
reading the
no, I'm
comment
good right now.
section.
I'm just listening to all the chat people coming up with what they saying and all that stuff. I'm just reviewing all the chats right now, just like you
Okay.
ladies.
Okay. Okay. Interesting that the dad called in a favor, but she did the same thing to Craig, and he doesn't support Craig lawsuit. Exactly. Thank you, was it Carolyn? Um, so Nicole says, Bethany ex Jesse doesn't want her. He told her dad not to get even mention his visit. Craig says they were vital when they were together. And Carolyn says, Larry needs to tell Shara to keep the girls so they are not around Bethany and headed straight to Montana. That is true. I take that. Hello, One Journey. And Hope says the marriage has been over for years. Bethany hates to lose, and she did not want to let Larry go. It makes me think of Gladys Knight's song. Neither one of us want to be the first to say goodbye. Oh, that's a nice one. And Angela said, thanks, Rico. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. I'm happy that you guys are here with us. And Carolyn says, Lynette doesn't say anything. Lynette, get a lawyer. Those people are working together with favors be called in. You're a native woman against the system. So true. So no matter how much, let's see if I can, let me see this one. Lynette, please be silent. We don't want nothing happening to you. They go dirty cops. Oh, yeah. Lynette is admitting to the assault charge. She should have kept quiet and get legal representation. You are so right, Annette. So, so right. And down here, we have she has to be processed. Larry should know, being a retired police officer. Let me come down here. I wish Lynette would stay quiet until she get her phone call. Why is he touching her? Well, he has to help her out of the car, right?
Yes.
He has to, because her hands are behind her back and you don't want her to fall.
I think they
But
should have had at least a female there to escort her out the car. You know, some females don't like male cops to touch them. That's a cultural thing here. You know, like here in Chicago, we really don't like seeing a male cop put, even though you see females getting arrested. That's why here in Chicago, they normally call out a female cop out to the scene to handcuff the female and put them in the car. They
yeah.
normally don't put the females in the car.
Okay, thank you, Antoinette. And
Hmm.
Simply says, that's what Larry gets for allowing Bethany to go and not creating boundaries with Bethany and his biological children and their mothers. Forget that stepmom stuff Bethany be talking about. All right. So now, guys, so um Sherman, what you have to say to this?
Okay, the first thing I said that Larry was going to be on a flight, and here he
Mm-hmm.
said it that he's going to be on a flight, if not tonight, first thing the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what is going to bother Bethany. She's going to go crazy because Larry did tell her that he will bail her out. If she went to
Yes.
jail, he was going to bail her out. But Bethany might not be thinking that he was actually going to go back to Montana.
Yes.
She's going to show up in Montana and make a fool of herself. So watch what's going to happen when all of this is settled. Because trust me, Bethany's going to show up in Montana. She's not going to want Larry to just be there. She's going to go
I wouldn't
to
want
make a
Bethany
fool of
there.
herself.
Nah,
Yes.
Nobody wants Bethany anywhere, but she's always turning up places.
But Charmaine, but like how Lynette is arrested I don't think Bethany is allowed to even go to their houses anymore. So she's not
Listen,
allowing
she
so she
stayed at
has
the
to stay.
hotel because remember she said she left a long message on somebody's phone and the person did not return her call because she was talking to her dad and she said yes she did call and she left a long message and she tell them what happened, that she was pushing her button but she did not get a call back. So she might just turn up there in person because
So
Mhm.
true.
tell her side
And
of the story.
yes, so true. Antoinette, what you have to say?
I was gonna say that number one, since when Bethany started hanging out at her parents' house?
Excited.
I'm just saying, out of all days, out of all days, she's at her parents' house.
Mm,
Like I said,
mm,
and I agree with Sharon. If she come to Montana, she won't be allowed to go over to Jaden house. You know, she might not be allowed in Montana. I'm just saying because it seemed like the detective, the sheriff that came to the house, that that's Jaden baby mama father. And that's it. That's her father.
yes, that's her
So
dad who
that's
take
what
in
I said.
Lynette.
So they let
Yes.
you know
No,
that.
but the one that all in her, that's not the father. That
No,
is
I'm
a
talking about the
sheriff.
one that was at the house. The one that was at the house.
Yes, the one at the house was his dad.
Okay.
Or
So
Kaylee's father.
so he got a lot of pull too in Montana, and they'll probably tell her you not welcome.
And one journey says 1746. Can everyone please? Oh yes, click the like button. Guys, please click the like button so YouTube can push the video out. You guys are helping me by doing that so they can let people know that we are on. Thank you. Thank you for the support, everyone. And Deborah says new skit Lynette is booking. Okay, we will look at that up. But before,
I,
yes. And Antoinette.
I was gonna say, if Betsy would, because she did go to her father, explain to him when her dad saw her face. She didn't tell her dad the whole truth, everything what happened. That's number one. And then he asked her, well, are you gonna press charges? You're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. She said, yeah, I think I should press charges. I should. So he was like, okay, I don't know if he told her to sleep on it or think about it. Next thing we know, he making phone calls in Montana and telling Bethany that he had somebody put out a warrant out for her arrest, and I'm like, it's gonna be a big mess. I can tell you that right now. It's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a
Yes,
mess.
yes, definitely.
And see, if
I
Bethany
think
didn't tell
so.
her dad the whole truth, she did not. She never tells the whole truth. She never do. She always leave out the bits and pieces that knows that might hurt her and make people look at her sideways. Like, okay, you did provoke her, you did assault her culture. That is considered a hate crime in a way when you assault somebody's culture.
Hmm. You're absolutely right, Nancy. I don't know why I'm calling you Nancy.
That's okay, no
Antoinette.
problem.
Sorry,
That's okay.
Antoinette. I
That's
apologize. Charmaine, please.
Yeah, well, the thing is, as I said before, that I think he just came to get information regarding
Mm-hmm.
what
mm-hmm.
transpired because remember, Lynette left her phone, so nobody's able to even get in touch with her, and Jaden
Yes.
does not have any information.
Mm-mm.
Right.
So the best person, because she's the one who caused it to, I mean, she's the one with the charges. So
Mm.
Right.
they need to answer some questions and give information.
All right. So I'm gonna pull up the other skit in a bit. So
Another drop.
simply says, she definitely hiding. She doesn't need to come up. She better not because the eldest son is there. So if mommy can't whoop her, son is going to whoop her for
Exactly.
mommy
Somebody
because
is going to get a whooping.
she got his mother arrested. Larry don't know what to say. Yes, Larry. Larry is beside himself. My goodness. All right.
Yeah.
So let's me see. This person says here, Bethany just made everyone on Lynette's side come out of the woodworks. For sure, Dolly. No matter if him asks her 1 million times, you just tell them your name, you spell your name,
Exactly.
whatever. Don't give them no information. Whatever you said, they can document that and use that again, sir. So I don't understand why she is being on cooperative with the not because you know them. You and them may key, but when you get into trouble, they are not your friends. They will throw the book at you. Charmaine, anything to add to that?
Yeah. I know. I just think she needs to just do what she needs to do and not to make it bad for herself, because the longer they take and the more she resists giving the information, it's going to be worse for her. So she don't want them to
Exactly.
tap on any more charges onto that assault charge. So she just need to give them the information and keep it moving.
Exactly. I totally agree with you, Charmaine. Antoinette, sorry, the Antoinette phone is muted. Is it from my
Yeah,
side?
yeah. With my Wi-Fi, I'm just trying to
Okay.
check out. So can you ladies hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I didn't hear you all. What was the question or the comment?
Okay, so we just watched the video with Lynette
Mm-hmm.
getting booked, and
Mm-hmm.
she was just talking away, giving away her rights. She should
Mm-hmm.
have, whatever the sheriff said to her, says, spell your name. She should have just spell her name. Even if he asked her, Franny picked her up, whatever, she just spell it again. He tells her charges, just says, okay, may I have an attorney? Just keep on asking for an attorney. You know what I mean? I think that's what she should have done. Don't says, oh, Bethany did this. Yes, I did that. She should not say nothing. Don't give away your rights.
Right.
Right? Am I correct on that?
You are correct. You are correct on that. They always I majored in criminal justice, so that's criminal law 101. Never
Mm-hmm.
give out more information that will incriminate you in the court of law. Just like you said, give them your first name, last name. They might ask for your address, your date of birth, give it to them, and then they ask you anything else that you feel now you're not comfortable. Tell them that you're exercising your constitutional rights. They don't
Yes.
have to say nothing else. I mean, and they supposed to cease any more commitment. They need to get the basic, like your lady said, name, date of birth. But I see she did not give them the year she was born. She just
Yeah.
said 221. Maybe she don't feel comfortable giving them the year. You know, that's just I don't know. But like I said, that's how they do it. They tell you please refrain from saying anything because now these days law enforcement are wearing body camera. They got cameras in the car. They got cameras on
Yes.
their body. So anything that she's saying can use against her in the court of law.
Exactly.
If it comes down to that.
Mm-hmm. And she's admitting to beating Bethany over and over, but she refused to answer stuff. So when he says, "If you want me to charge you at assault charges that you're not cooperating," then she spell her name. She should
Right.
not be so difficult. Just do what they want and just keep on saying,
Yeah,
"Can I have attorney? I need to
right.
call somebody. I need an attorney." You know what I mean? She left her
Right.
phone. Why would she leave her phone at home with her son? What can her phone do at home? Oh, unless when they book you, you can't have your phone on you. Maybe
You
that's why.
can't. You can't. That's why they have a
Okay.
phone there for you. They have a phone there for you to call. That's why they tell people here if you're getting arrested, like if you have somebody with you, you tell them here, take my purse, take my keys, take my phone, and then they'll take you to jail because once you go to jail, they have the phone for you to call your lawyer, to call somebody. But a lot of time, a lot of people do not take their personal items with them unless they alone and by themselves and they have nobody to give their stuff to.
Okay. Thank you,
Well,
Antoinette. Charmaine, what you have to add to that?
Yeah, the only thing is she has her right after the booking is a phone call. And she can call anybody. She can call her lawyer, she can call her family, but that is her right
Exactly.
as a US citizen. Once she's booked, she has the right to a phone call. They cannot take that from her.
This is marriage. Is a therapist supposed to?
Antoinette, can I ask you something? Are you listening to something?
no, I'm got nothing on my. Like I said, I'm out. I
Because
got my window.
whoever, okay,
Now I
can
got
I
my
ask you
window
a big
open. You know
favor?
what? I'm gonna move from my window because I'm sitting by my window. We
Oh,
got
okay,
kids outside
okay.
playing.
Because Yeah,
Yeah,
because
we got
we're
kids
getting a
outside
feedback
playing.
on.
No,
Yes, we're
we have
getting a.
kids out. Now I hear what you're saying. We have kids outside playing, so I got my window open, so that's why you're hearing all
Okay.
the noise stuff.
All right. Thank you. All
Yes,
right.
no
So let
problem,
me
no
take
problem.
some comment here. So
Okay.
one journey says, Lynette, stop talking. You know the law. Lynette, your people do not count. This is the USA. The first people Indian. And you're absolutely correct, one journey. Thank you for that
Mm-hmm.
comment. And Annette says, no comment is best response. And you're absolutely right there. And Caroline says, she's a woman of color. They are not her friends. So true. Dolly says, she keeps calling him Barney file because he's acting like a Barney file. Okay, I got you. I got you. I thought that was his name.
I thought so too. I thought that was his name as well. I did not realize she was referring him to that Barney
Yeah.
from is to be aware that another church can be added.
Mm. Thank you,
Nancy,
Akavardi. All right,
Nancy,
so are we be with Anthony? B is peace again. That's
yep.
exactly that little snake of a mother is telling her daughter to do.
But Shayla not interested in Anthony because Shayla thinks she has leveled up. So it
Mm.
doesn't matter what Angelina said. The only way Shayla will be interested in Anthony again if Iman is out of the way. But
Yes.
Angelina, you have a next thing coming because when that podcast and Anthony is hit with all the dirt, he will not even want to look in Shayla's direction. Trust me. Because he's going to blame
Mm.
Shayla. Whatever downfall he's going to get, he's going to be blaming Shayla for that downfall. Regardless if it's Shayla bring anything up on the podcast, Shayla will be the one who came to his house when he was drunk. Shayla is going to be the one who forced herself on him when he was intoxicated. And Shayla is going to be the one who is going to take the brunt of everything, whatever shame, whatever humiliation, whatever embarrassment he's going to
Mm-hmm.
suffer. He's going to push everything on Shayla because Angelina don't know what's going to happen on this podcast. She's going to be in the hot seat as well because Amber can easily say twice she came to her house to tell her to leave her husband alone. So she can stay there thinking, oh, be his peace. Anthony is not thinking about Shayla right now being his peace. The only thing Anthony wants with Shayla right now is that Shayla protect his name on the podcast. Nothing more. He just looking for the protection of his name on this podcast. He does not want, he tells Shayla that he does not want this divorce. He's not looking for whatever. And then if he meets Dave, oh my God, it's over. TKO, TKO. Okay, trust me.
Mm-hmm.
So,
For sure. Yes, I totally agree with you, Charmaine. Because at the end of the day, what Angelina is doing, instead she got divorced her husband, she's gonna tell her daughter, oh, comfort Anthony, be there for him because he'll fall into depression. What about Amber? I don't hear she says, comfort Amber. Amber is gonna need you. But she's telling her to go comfort Amber husband. That makes sense. So let me take some calls before I go to Antoinette.
Okay.
One moment here. Let me take some chat here. All right. So Shayla, it is time for you to be a woman and stand up for yourself. You are absolutely correct, Angela. She should because Anthony told her before she's an adult. When they arrested Amber, Anthony was upset about that, and he really checked her about that and says you're an adult and you need to let your mother stays out of our affair. That is so true. Trapstar says, KW really need to stop forcing Shayla on the audience. I can't stomach her or Angelina. It's like watching two real life demons. He needs to separate their storyline from Amber audience. It's so true, but I guess not. And Tina said Angelina should have stayed gone. Oh boy. And oh, sorry. Mm. Charmaine, let's see if Shayla not gonna listen to Angelina. All right. And this one down here. Agree, Charmaine. Anthony's not looking on Shayla for real. He got the chance to flirt and he did not. That is true. Angela said again, Angelina don't get 2 cents or Amber. She just want to use Shayla to get in Anthony's pocket. You're absolutely right, Angela. And Tina says, did they ever read her Miranda rights? Not that we're aware of. We only saw the guy taking her out of the car, was talking to her, but I didn't hear him read her Amanda rights. And one journey said, true forcing us to watch Shayla. By putting her with others, just press skip. Skip. So true. And Rhonda says, they all need karma. Anthony, Angelina, Shayla, Dominic, and J Diva.
All of them.
Carolyn says, Iman probably want her to comfort Anthony too, so he can get rid of Shayla. So true. You never know. All right. So now, ladies, thank you for the comment, guys. This is my last comment. Shayla has seen Anthony true colors. I think she knows Anthony will not be faithful if she gets him back. Oh, all right. So now, Antoinette, you have something to add to that?
Yeah, I was gonna say that you ladies was right that Angela trying to push Shayla back into Anthony's arm, but Shayla should have like look stood her ground with her mom. Like, look, I'm not going to do that. I'm just worried about my son. Just long my son is being taken care of. I'm with Iman, so to say. But she should have stood her ground with her mom because her mom was about the money, his money, the assets and everything. And, you see that little smirk she had on her face, right, when they was walking. So she really don't care about. To be honest, I don't think she care about Anthony. All she worried about is the money. That's how I see it.
Yes, you're
She don't care
correct.
about Anthony. She worry about that money. And let's not say Anthony might not have that money if they divorce. They say he might not have that money. They said somebody might take that money. You never know.
Okay, Antoinette. Charmaine, I have something to say. Go ahead, Charmaine.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think Angelina is going to be the one to tell Shayla stay with Iman. Because when all of this is said and done and Anthony lose his wife, lose his asset, lose, even if Kai is his and he stay with, Angelina is going to say, you know what, maybe it's best for you to stay with Iman because Anthony is going to be broke. And she is only in there because she thinks Anthony, the first thing she's talking about, splitting of assets.
Yep.
She's talking about splitting of assets. Come on. Why would she be talking about that if it was not about the money?
Exactly. It's all about the money. You're so right, Charmaine. It's all about the money. And Angela says, one journey agree. If they put Shayla by herself, no one will watch it. I guess that is true. But they do have a lot of Shayla supporters, so Shayla supporter will definitely watch it.
They have a lot of Shayla supporter, but when Shayla is with somebody else,
okay,
like she have to be with Anthony or a Iman. If she's with Honeypot, her views might be just in the 500.
Okay,
while if she's with Anthony or Iman, it might goes up to 700,000 or 800,000. But she does not, like with Angelina. She's with Angelina now, and if you go back and you look at the views, maybe later you'll see it's maybe just it's not anywhere. So you have to look at what the views are when she is with certain people.
Okay, I got you.
I have one question, if y'all don't mind me asking. When the podcast started, now everybody know that Lisa know actually what happened with Anthony and Shayla by Amber. Amber told her everything what happened. Now, since Shayla went to run her mouth out to Iman about King and Delisa, what did Delisa bring that up in the podcast? And Amber ain't gonna say nothing. Amber just gonna sit back and like, okay, what if did Delisa bring up how how she got caught with Anthony and then tell the whole story. She only told the story that she want people to hear. But she didn't tell the whole story how everything happened. I think once
Exactly,
everything
but
come out
they
about
will tell.
Shayla, I think when everything come out about Shayla, I don't know who she gonna run to. I don't think it's gonna be running to Anthony. Anthony gonna disown her. And I think who she might run to is Zachary. Zachary is the key. I think she gonna run to either Zachary or her dad Brody, because her dad told her Anthony is no good. But look what he's doing. But she told him Anthony was no good. Now look what you did. Look what you got yourself into. Your business out there for the world to see, to hear.
Yes.
And
That's what I think gonna happen.
as I said before,
Mm-hmm.
if Anthony start losing businesses because of all
Mm-hmm.
of this, he's not
Mm-hmm.
going to blame Amber, because Amber was not the one who, although he's trying to blame Amber, but Shayla is going to be the one who everybody is going to look down on.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to want to be doing anything with Shayla, because Shayla will be a scorned woman.
Yep.
This is not just going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. This is going to be
Right.
a nationwide podcast.
Yes.
So if
Mm.
Sheila take her to school, somebody might be whispering, that is the lady who was sleeping with her best friend husband.
Mm-hmm.
Sheila's not going to be able to deal with that. It doesn't matter what O'Neill said, Sheila don't have any shame. Watch and see. Because when people start, you go to the supermarket and people start to whisper and pointing and all of that. You don't want to stay
Mm-hmm.
in that supermarket. You want to leave. Because
Yes.
everybody is going to see that's the lady that was with her best friend husband and have a baby by him. She is not
Mm-hmm.
going to want to deal with that. Even if they don't find out about she going to his house when he was drunk, the mere fact that the wife was her best friend and she messed with her best friend husband, even if it's the husband came on to her, they don't hear. This was her
Right.
best friend messing with her best
Your best
friend
friend.
husband, have a baby. That alone, that stigma alone is going to cause her so much embarrassment. It's going to cause Anthony so much embarrassment. Amber don't even have to tell them that anything about she going to him when he was drunk. That does not even need to come out. It's the
And
mere fact, the
yeah.
least of anything is going to cause Anthony embarrassment. And
Mm-hmm.
because of that, it's going to cause Shayla embarrassment. And if
Yes.
Anthony start losing business, he's not going to want to have anything to do with Shayla.
And then I want to piggyback on Sherman for the last time. If they when back when they had this podcast, let other people like I said, let the Lisa tell what happened. Amber ain't gonna say nothing, but I think Amber is kind of smart, because if Amber say anything, Shady gonna like, well, you slept with Wayne up to the day of your wedding, so Amber ain't gonna say nothing in the podcast regarding Shady or Anthony. Somebody else would, and Amber just gonna sit back and just watch and listen.
Antoinette, I don't
Yes.
think that's gonna happen. Amber
Okay.
says she is going to tell the whole truth. She's gonna be 100%. So she knows they're gonna come for her. She is
Right.
going to alter herself and speak about Wayne. So
Right.
when
Okay.
she
Okay.
talk about Wayne, nobody can say, because Amber has nothing to lose now. She's divorcing her husband and she's
Right.
telling the truth as it is. So if they ask her anything, she says she's gonna be
One hundred
100%
percent the
with
truthful.
with the truth. It's only
And that's
Shayla
what
now.
Shayla said as well. Shayla said she's telling her truth.
That's what she said. So we want to know what Shayla truth is. So I'm dying to hear what
And she
Shayla is going to
take her
spill
friend best her best friend husband. That's her truth.
because how is she going to tell her truth when she can't even tell Amber when the affair start? So maybe Amber will ask her on live when the affair started. And I'm
Mm.
wondering if she's gonna get up and run to the bathroom again, like what she did when Amber asked her in the house. I can't wait for that podcast to start.
I can't
Really and
either.
truly. All right,
I hope
hold
it come
on.
out.
Let me take some calls here. Some chats here, comments here. I meant. Okay, so one journey agree. If they put Shayla by herself, no one will watch. Yes. And Shayla needs to put her son first for once and stop listening to her mom. For sure, Angela. And Caroline said, Angelina can't stand pothead Eman.
I need to respond to a comment from Rhonda
Yes,
Phillips. He said, I
go right
don't,
ahead.
well, I think she wants to say, I don't think Amber will be pregnant. She's doing a lot of drinking. But Rhonda, remember, if Amber is pregnant, even in real life, the viewers don't know yet. So they're not going to, maybe what she's drinking is not real champagne if she's pregnant in real life, but because they have to make it appear until the viewers know that she's pregnant, they're not going to take, because if she said no, I don't want to drink or anything, people will start suspect that yes, she's really pregnant. So they're not going to let it appear as if she's pregnant, because if she's pregnant, they're going to want to wait to bring it in or something, but they're not going to stop her from drinking or the appearance of drinking, because she only tastes the champagne. She didn't really drink it. Melissa drink all of hers. Amber just tastes it, and you see she tastes it, and then she put it on the thing. She didn't go with it or anything. So it was
No,
not
she
like
didn't.
she was drinking. When I was
No, she
pregnant,
was.
I was drinking a Smirnoff Ice, not knowing I was pregnant, and I was drinking a
Mhm.
lot of Smirnoff Ice because I was
Okay.
in London. I was in England for a stage show, and I was in London, and we had buckets of Smirnoff Ice, and I was
Mhm.
drinking Smirnoff Ice, not knowing I was pregnant, and my baby was not harmed
Mhm.
or anything. So
That's Caroline says Amber is almost 50. Y'all talk about Miss Gladys being too old. Okay, so now
Amber is
we're going.
44. Amber is 43. She's going to turn 44 in April. Amber is not
Okay.
almost 50. Amber turns
Caroline,
44
I
in
wouldn't date my
April.
son. Just put it like that. I would not date my son. And restaurant, she's locking lips with her son. Come on
Of
now.
course.
That is unacceptable.
That's us. Oh God.
If you have something to say, I don't know why my system is freezing up after I got that nice thing. I need to maybe remove the other virus cleaner off of this thing.
Because that's the workplace. They were wrong to be doing that in the workplace. And regardless of what Shauna was saying, she's always in everybody's business. And I don't care if she's telling Amber she always has a chip on her shoulder. She thinks she's better than everybody. That is Amber. Amber's always like that. Amber is the person that is, she I would say she slightly lack the confidence that everybody thinks she has, but then
Mhm.
she portrays that she has that confidence. Although we know that sometimes that bothers her. But that's always Amber. Amber never act like she's better than anybody. Amber wear her heart on her sleeve. But from the first time when they went to do the tasting, and whatever she was telling Anthony, and Anthony was not, Anthony should have checked her from then. He did not. So she had this thing about her that Amber thinks she's better than everybody and Amber is off the world. Amber was
Mhm.
right to behave the way she did last night when she saw them in the kitchen. Amber should have fired John on the spot.
I
And
think.
Amber has to try and get Miss Shauna off paper. She cannot take her recipes with her because that is in the contract. It doesn't matter if she leave, her recipe stays. She signed a no complete clause. That means she cannot take the recipe. So another cook can always come in and cook the same recipe and they will be just fine.
I think she did told John to grab his stuff and leave. If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, she did. But yes, she did say to grab her stuff and leave. But I don't know if it
Is
was
he
in
fired her?
terms with
Right,
fire, or just leave for last night.
right. They could look like mother and son.
There could be.
If they look like to me, I don't know. But yeah, that was, very inappropriate for what they did on the job. In all jobs, you can't be fraternizing. You can't do that.
Exactly.
Not on
No job. Every job you go,
no
that is
job.
one of the strict thing, fraternizing. Because one of the thing that I realize in job where they
Mhm.
said strict no fraternizing, they put that in there because the person can always come back and say they were sexually harassed, and they can file sexual harassment charges in the workplace, because although they might be the one who agrees
Mhm.
might be the one who agrees with everything, they are
Okay.
going to say that they were sexually harassed. So
All right.
that's the
And
problem.
and I think that if I think Dave gonna try to if Amber tell her what's been going on with Shauna, if he helping her getting her business going, he might have some people that probably could look into the contract, have some or he might look into it, or have somebody come in and look at the paperwork and see if there's any way they can't get her off papers. Because I don't think I mean, they said that she could stay on, but I don't know if that's in the contract that that they allow her to stay on, or can they let her go at any time? I don't know how the whole contract was read.
Sharon computer is frozen, so
I know.
she will be back on in a little bit. So let's just continue. It says Amber needs a meeting after the store is closed.
Yes.
I think, I think what Amber is doing, she needs structure in her restaurant. There's no
Mm-hmm.
structure. She's just doing a willy-nilly thing. She needs
Right.
structure. And
Yes.
until she gets that structure, regardless if she's going to reach out for somebody to help her to come in and do that.
Uh-huh.
Because there are
Right.
times when we are too close to the people we have in our
Yeah.
businesses, we start having a relationship with them. And as I said on many occasions, that I have 5 people that I'm overseeing in my job. I have business relationships with them. I
Right.
don't have a personal relationship
Personal
with them,
relationship. Right.
because
'Cause
these employees these days, they don't know how to separate business and personal relationship. So in order for you to not blur the line, I have only business relationship with them. If there's somebody's birthday, I will
mm-hmm.
always bring in a cake, I will order food, I will do all of that to celebrate, because we celebrate the small things.
Yes.
If I get a good health inspection, satisfactory, no violation, I will bring cakes, I will bring stuff for them the next day, just to show that I appreciate what they're doing.
I have a
So,
question for you. Is there any way you could come to my job and do those things? Because the kind of job that I do for the city of Chicago, I write tickets for the city of Chicago. I'm out here writing tickets for people who violate in their car, violation. So that's my job title. I'm a parking enforcement. I enforce the violation. I write the tickets. We don't get no, like you said, you do a lot for your company, your people, because you appreciate them. You appreciate the work that they do. Can we use your knowledge, because our management do not
sure,
appreciate us? They
sure.
don't appreciate us. They don't appreciate us at all. And we out here putting our life on the line at least 5 days a week.
Okay, so I'm a cafeteria manager in a middle school
Okay, okay,
in Broward County. And
okay, okay, okay.
this is not a culture in every cafeteria. I'm not going to talk for every
No, no,
cafeteria. I'm
no,
talking
no, no, no. I just want to know,
about my
what can I
cafeteria.
do to promote something good
So
like this? What you doing?
yes, so my staff, I went from a high school as an assistant manager to a to an elementary school as a manager and to a middle school now. So this is me because I want to show appreciation to my staff. So if for whatever reason I know everybody's birthday, so everybody's birthday I'll generally buy a gift card. I will also bring in cupcakes, or I'll bring in a cake, and I'll order food, pizza, Chinese food, whatever, and I will treat them to that. Everybody's birthday. Christmas comes around, I know I buy a gift for everybody in the kitchen. Everybody gets a gift for me for Christmas. We also have a day when we just celebrate food and all that. They say we do potluck. I don't do potluck because I don't trust everybody cooking. So I will order food in.
Same here.
This is the culture that I have at my job. And if I get a good inspection, which I always do, a good health inspection, I will buy stuff and I'll bring it in, and we'll just celebrate for a good health inspection. At the end of the year, we also have an end of year party because I want to show them my appreciation. When we go back, that first day of school, I'm bringing in breakfast for everybody. Welcome back. It's a welcome back breakfast to say this is a new school year, and I just welcome everybody back. And I just want us to continue the relationship we have, and that everybody will do the same work that they were doing last year. So this is not a culture of everybody. This is my culture, because people need to show appreciation. People need to just say thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for the hard work that you do. So this is something that you might have to develop in your business or in your job.
Okay, that's cool. I appreciate that. I would take that. I would take that to my people.
So so I'm going to just read some of until Sharon sort out her thing.
Okay.
It says how the contract gonna say they can't hire a chef without Shana approval. Well, we don't even know what's in those what the contract was about. The only thing Anthony said, it was a standard contract, and the only thing we know for sure there was a non-compete clause, which Shana brought, asked them what was this about, and they explained it to her. A standard contract can go, different contract. It depends on what the standard contract is about. Standard contract for employment, standard contract for a contractor to come in and fix your thing. So we don't even know what was in that contract. They said they need to get a handbook, set rules, policy in order. I know she can't keep harassed Amber and bullying Amber. They need to get an employee's handbook, because you have the most business place have that. They have their policies and procedures in there. So the employees, once you employ them, and this is what we do, once they're employed, every year they come, we go, if there's any new policy or procedure added to that handbook, we review it with the staff, and they sign off on it, that they know what it is, and they agree with whatever is in that book. No jewelry to be worn. They sign off to say no jewelry to be worn.
Everything but their job. Like, it's weird. I don't know how long this restaurant will last, but
So it's a lot of things that Amber can do. Amber need to do to bring structure to her business, and until she does that, she's not going to have a smooth thing. She's not going to have it running smoothly until she does that.
All the people that she had hired, all the people except for the one that looked like a stripper. What happened to all those workers that she had hired? We haven't seen them. We saw with John and Keisha. What happened to
Yeah, because she did interview a lot of people, and she had maybe about 4 people, including I think she had about 4 or 5 people, because I thought she had a manager, and then she had about 4 more people. So I don't know what happened to them. And, and Angela Atkins said, Charmaine, I have a friendly relationship with my boss, but I know where to draw the line. My boss is my boss, and people will do that, Angela, because I personally used to have a very friendly relationship with my supervisor, and nobody would know that we had a relationship outside of the workplace when she comes to my workplace because I show her nothing but respect. So
Right.
outside of the workplace, I know where to draw the line inside of the workplace. We have a
Correct.
relationship outside of the workplace, but a lot of people don't know how to do that. They don't know how to separate business and outside relationship, a personal relationship.
Because I want to pick it back on your on one your last the last chapter talking about how she has a work relationship with her boss, but she don't step her boundaries. But there's a lot of places where people won't report that to their superior that they're in a relationship with someone. And by law, I know about a lot of companies. If you are in a relationship with another employee you have to let management know that they will have to split you guys up. They cannot keep you guys in the same department. They got to put you in different department, but y'all be working for the same company, but they will have to separate y'all because they don't want y'all working in the same department on the same floor. Could that be like considered a conflict of interest? So I hear what she was saying. That's what I was saying.
Yes, because even in the company I work with,
Mhm.
family members cannot work in the
Same
on the
shift,
same site. If
right?
you're family, they have to put you at a different site.
Yeah,
You cannot work in the same kitchen. Family members, spouses, kids, all of that has to be separated because, as you said, it's conflict of interest.
yes,
Because
it
I'm a
is.
manager, and if my child is working there, I'm going to
Mhm.
be looking out for my child, and that
Right,
is
right,
what
right.
you want. So you have to know. They said no, even in Walmart. You go to
Yeah,
Walmart and the first thing they're asking you is, do you have anybody working at this store? And if you said yes, they're going to send you to another store. So
yeah.
those places where you're working, they just want to know that people are not family members or spouses
Right.
or whatever. Some
And
place
some
might
of
be
them
able
are not
to
telling them that,
communicate,
Sherman.
but
Some of
some
them are
places
not even saying that.
exactly.
That's why
Some places they
that
don't do it.
right. That's why you can't tell people your business on the job. Because like
Exactly.
me, like
Exactly.
me, like me, I work for the city of Chicago. You can if you working for the city of Chicago, any jobs, any department for the city of Chicago, you cannot live in the suburbs. Nowhere in the suburbs in the state of Illinois. If you work for the city of Chicago, you have to live in Chicago. Where we have city employees for other department who lives in the suburbs now, you going out running, you running your mouth to certain people. They jealous of you because you living in the suburb. You got nice homes in the suburbs. They being jealous, so they gonna go back and tell management or tell other co-workers, such and such a person, they got them a nice house in Dalton, Illinois. I mean, I was over there for a barbecue, my family, we was all hanging out. That lets you know people are just, and they'll go back and tell another coworker. Then they'll just spread. Then it'll get back to head management. Then they'll do like investigation. They will follow. They literally will follow that employee home. And sometimes he or she go home to their house in Chicago, but most of the time he go to his house in the suburb, and that's how he got caught. That I said, you can't
No,
tell everybody your business. Like you said, you can't tell
no,
nobody your
but
private business.
that's supposed to be a violation because
Yes,
nobody should be able to tell you where you can live. It doesn't matter where you live as long as you're turning up to work.
right.
In our organization, they want to
Mhm.
know. They don't care where you want to live. They don't care if you want to live next door to the school. They don't care if you want to live 20
Right.
miles. The only problem is if you're having difficulty getting to work because of
Mhm.
the journey that you're making. Say you live 25
Mhm.
miles and then you're getting to
Right.
school late because of traffic or because of whatever the situation is, then you can apply for a hardship transfer because now you can say, I live too far from the school because ideally they want you to live at least 70. You can live up to about 17 miles. Anything over that, you can apply for a transfer and they will actually grant you the transfer if
Mhm.
there's any position available in somewhere nearer to your house.
Right.
So they don't care where you want to live in the organization that I'm in.
Right.
And I don't think anywhere in Broward County, if you even work with the
Okay.
state or you work with the city, that would be a problem where you live. They are not
Right.
overlord where you live. They
Yeah, 'cause
just want to
they
know that you're
right.
turning up to your
You
job
have any
and
more
you're doing your
comments?
job. Okay, so it says Amber and Anthony did not do their due diligence, did not even
Right.
try the food before they signed the contract with Shauna. And that makes no sense. And there is another comment. It says Amber needs to not do this because it can turn badly. Customer will gossip. Customer
Yep.
service is everything. And I keep saying Amber works off emotion. And we see this
Right.
from
Yes.
time and time again.
Again.
Even
Yes.
when she was even when she was working with Mike, and you remember the
Mm-hmm.
time when Wayne
Yes.
came to her and she was 10 toes down that she did not want Wayne to be in the building with her. She did not want, because
Right.
Amber works off of emotion. Amber needs to
Yes,
keep
she
her
does.
emotion in check. And Anthony was right when Anthony told her that you cannot do certain kind of business with your emotions involved. You have to
That's
check
one
your
thing I can
emotions
say.
and
That's one
get
thing he
your
was
business
right about.
done. Exactly. You have to check your emotions and get your
Yes.
business done. She works off of too much emotion. I don't know what is causing all of this, but she needs to check her emotion and get her thing done. And that relationship that she formed with Keisha, she must
Yes.
realize that Keisha is now taking advantage of that.
Yep.
Because Keisha would not be doing that if she did not think she and Amber had a very close relationship. So this is where she needs to draw the line and she needs to tell
Yep.
Keisha, I'll spare you. We can still be friends, but if you continue to behave like that, you're out of this business. And I
Yes.
think the next thing she might need to ask Dave, she might try to ask people to help her to staff the restaurant. She has Phil, she has Jay. She can ask them. She can ask Ernestine. She can
But
talk to her
Jay got to be
sister.
sober though.
Well, Jay has been sober for a while. But you
I
can
said
ask
Jay. I
people.
said Jay.
She can
Jay.
ask advice. Yeah, I said Jay has been sober for a while. Jay has not been drinking for a while. So he has
That's
been
good.
sober. But she
What's his
needs to.
name? What's his name? Phil Friend. That's a cook. What's his name?
Empress Cook. But she can
She can-
also go to an
Yes.
employment agency. Employment agency can staff your business. You
Yes.
can go to employment agency because they are the ones who they do background checks.
Yes.
They do their due diligence. So they
Yes.
will send you people who will fit in your businesses. So she might need to use an employment agency to staff her kitchen, to staff her restaurant, wait staff, manager, or whatever. But she might need to talk to Dave about all of this. Or she can even go and talk to her husband. Maybe her husband will be pointing her into the right direction as well.
Yeah, and like one of the the chatter the people that's chatting said, she really can't go to and Anthony really ain't gonna do nothing for her. He's not gonna support her. He just trying to make it hard for her now. Talking about, well, he bringing up this, he bringing up that. Then he said, well, I told you so. It's not easy. Well, if you knew it wasn't easy, you knew it wasn't easy because when they took over Bar 44, they just needed some invest. They just needed, it's already was running. They just needed an extra hand to run the business and to keep the business going. So Bar 44 was already established. This is a whole new ballpark for Amber. But all the so-called connection he claimed he has, he should have said, you know what, babe, honey, I'm gonna get you this help. What do you need? I'm gonna get somebody here to marketing, all that other stuff. He still ain't trying to do it. He's still not trying to help her. And you remember when she was telling him that the business was doing good, what he was doing, he was laughing on the phone. He was laughing, so he really don't care. He want her to fail.
I don't even think it's a want to fail thing, because if we go all the way back when he got that restaurant for her, it was not a matter that he wanted to get the restaurant because he wanted her to fail. He wanted to get the restaurant for her because he took Bar 44. So I don't think remember what he told Ben? He said to Ben that, he offered to help her and she said she's good, she got it, and he's proud of her because at least she will see her way. Anthony mind works a certain way that we will never understand. And from the first time Anthony came to Skitland, that's how his mind is. He's laser focused on business. He's laser
Right.
focused on making that money. And for
Right.
whatever reason he's like that, we might never know, or we might get a backstory why he's like that. But Anthony cannot deal with failure.
But because I'm
Anthony
trying to figure
cannot,
out, Sherman, I'm trying to figure out if his name is also on that contract. That
his
means
name
his
is
name
on
is
the
also
contract.
on that restaurant. His name ain't on there.
His name is on the contract because all three of them signed.
Okay.
When they were signing, all three signed.
So
So his name is on the contract. And when he
so
bought
and
it,
it's
he
making
bought
him
it.
also look bad too. It's making him also look bad
That's what
since
I'm
his name of
saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't
yeah.
think he wants her to fail. I just think he just said, it's your thing, so you need to do your thing. But what my problem is, every time Shauna call him, he comes running because it's like he wants Shauna to stroke his ego, or he wants somebody to build him up. Or it's that time when he said, oh, I'm running low on steam and I need somebody to put the battery in my back so I can go for another 2 days. But every time, and maybe he's looking at Shauna like a mother figure, and that is why he's always siding with her, because maybe when he thinks about Shauna, he's thinking about his mother or even his grandmother. We don't know until we get all that backstory. But as far as I'm concerned, and yes, people said he want Amber to fail, I don't think he gave her the restaurant for that. Because why would you, yes, he might get a tax write-off, but at the beginning, that was not the intent. If it's the intent, no, that was not the intent at the beginning.
Absolutely, you absolutely right, Sharon. Do we have any more readers? And we do have any more chat?
Yeah, I'm reading this from Janet Moye 6840. Said, yes, I hope she go to Kendrick or Natasha, but she need to get someone ASAP to look at the contract. But she need to document everything Shana is doing. And that is the thing again, because every
Right.
time uh, Anthony was the first person, and it goes back to all the things that Shayla is doing right now. Anthony was the one who caused all of that because he does not know any boundaries either. And the first day when they were doing the food tasting and Shauna was complaining to him, he did not take, he sort of go all the way around and come back here, and he's telling her when Shauna was saying Amber is for the world. Right there and then he should say, no, she's not. All he said to her, no, I'm giving her this restaurant because if you know what the hell I put that lady through. Yes, but you need to say, no, she's not for the world. You should stop Shauna in her tracks right there and then, which he did not do. So everything Shauna is doing now, it stemmed from that one conversation she had with Anthony in that kitchen that day when they went to do the tasting. Everything because he gave her that power, just like he gave Shayla that power all the way back then when Shayla could call him from his house 3 in the morning and get him to go buy food for her. When Shayla used to check him about getting Amber a house, getting Amber a watch, getting Amber pregnant. You have your side chick checking you about your wife. So that was when he gave her all that power. So Shayla is the way she is now because she went unchecked. So even though he's trying to check her a few times, it's not making any difference. All that checking was supposed to be done in the beginning. And I understand why he might did not want to check her because he wanted her to keep their secret that they were having this affair and she was pregnant for him, and he was afraid that she maybe would go to tell Amber, but he should still have checked her. Somebody said, I'm not seeing what nature is saying. Okay, yes, you're right. He does hype Shayla more than Amber. It's part of his
Yeah.
gaslighting to Amber. When he does it, I wonder what his intent to Shayla will be. Tell her to motivate. And then Angela Atkins said, nature, he got to be so jealous. He gonna want to sell the business for her to come home to come sit down. I don't think this is the Amber he's going. Angela, I don't think this is the Amber is going to get, because right now Amber wants her bag and Amber is looking to get her bag. So even if he sells the business, I think Amber is still going to maybe branch out with something else. Amber has her pies. And if he sells the restaurant, Amber can still go into business with Dave to market her pies. She does not need Anthony for that. And putting her pies in supermarket and other restaurants and all that, maybe he selling the business would be the best thing for her, because then she would need to think outside the box to make her bag. And she has her pies, she has her grandmother recipe to make her pies, which she can run a successful business just from doing that. She have other ways, means of making money. So right now, she don't even need that restaurant that's giving her a headache. We said, we know the reason for the emotional distress, Charmaine. She's pregnant, you all. Well, we are
on pregnant watch.
We are hoping, some of us are hoping, because
I don't think she is.
I'm hoping that she is, because
I don't want to.
No. I'm hoping for her sake, not for Anthony's sake, because I would still want her to go through with the divorce, even if she's pregnant. Yes, she would still go through with the divorce, because okay. Think about this guy. When she caught Shayla and Anthony left, she was prepared to take care of David by herself. Although she was an emotional wreck, she was still in that frame of mind that she would want to take care of David by herself. She's a much stronger person now. So if she's pregnant now, she doesn't really need Anthony. Why do she need Anthony? She can always be a single mom and do a very good job at being a single mom. Auntie's going to get super saucy. He might serve the divorce papers himself or make an excuse to be around her all the time. It would be funny if he followed her to Dave's home. Amber needs major reset with herself. She too emotional. And I said that in a few live with Sharon and Nanya, that Amber has to get a reset. And I was even saying last night that maybe she needs to take Anthony up on his offer and get one of those places to go by herself for a couple of weeks. Just tell him, listen, you were offering me to send me anywhere in the world. I will do it, but I just want to go by myself. I want to get a reset. And then when we come back, we'll talk about the divorce, if that is still going to be an option. But I need to get away from here. I need to go. She said she feels closer to God when she's near the water. So she needs to go somewhere where there's water and get a reset.
Let me know what y'all think about this. She got so lost and going.
What's that? Agree nature, but Melissa might be hating on Amber for nothing, because Amber told Dave she lost herself with her husband, taking care of her husband's child. People used to say Amber was a savage when she was at bar 44. And if we want to talk about the Dave and the Amber skit, we can, because I am not seeing what everybody else is seeing.
Me either. He just gave everybody taking a compliment because he gave her a nice big hug, a congratulation hug, and Melissa was just staring at him like, okay. Wow, like it's like she was jealous, like Amber's coming in to take her spot. And Amber just happy to feel like, you know, she was flushed. You can see her face. She was flushed. What's that word people want to use?
She was flustered.
Yes, to see him. But I don't think she's that type that will step across the line. Because number one, she's still married. She's not divorced yet. So she's just trying to see where the numbers are. But I think he's into her the way he was talking, the way he showed her, the way he showed her his what you call that, man cave, you want to say, a little club down there. And I would like to know why Melissa didn't follow behind them, why she stayed back.
Yeah,
You know
because
what I'm
I think
saying?
Melissa know everything about downstairs. I don't think she needed to be there.
Okay, okay.
But what I'm saying, I'm not. I see Amber was surprised that there was a celebration because
Right,
I
that's what I
don't think
did.
he
Yeah.
told her beforehand that they were going to celebrate. Maybe just invite her over to come. They need to talk about whatever.
Uh-huh.
She get in there, and Melissa was there. If there was any ill intent, why
Right,
would he have Melissa? Why would he have Melissa there as well? Melissa was part of this celebration because Melissa was the one who told him about Amber and the pie and all of that.
right,
So now, and as he said, he was just celebrating small success. And that's what I said to people all the time. Sometimes
right,
people need to be rewarded for the smaller things. You don't wait until
right,
something big happen to show them your
right.
appreciation. You start
Yeah.
showing them your appreciation from small things.
Within. Right. So like he
Small
said,
things.
small things, little things, big things. You
Exactly.
know, you got to start
You
from
don't
the
wait for
bottom,
the
like
big
you said,
thing.
work
Just think
yourself
that the
up.
small things. So she was surprised. And then maybe Melissa was taken aback because Melissa may not have seen him reacted that way with anybody else. Maybe
Right.
somebody like a business partner or somebody. Maybe this was the first time she has ever
Sometimes he dealt
seen
with milk.
him
He dealt with a woman.
reacted. Exactly, because maybe he has not been dealing with women. Maybe all
Right.
he's dealing with is men. And this was the first time. So Melissa may be
Mm-hmm.
surprised to say, oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
look how he's reacting. Look how he's hugging her. Because Amber was not the one who actually initiated the hug. Dave
No,
was the
no,
one who
no.
initiated the hug, and Amber just hugged him back. So
Right.
what did they want her to do? To push him away and say, no, I don't want to hug you? No, she's polite. So she's going to hug him back. And
Right.
when he said about his whatever, he was just showing her. He invited her to work out with him. There's nothing wrong
Mm-hmm.
with she need a
Right.
reset. And maybe this working out will be good for her
Yeah.
because it will rebuild her mind and her body, her soul and everything. So
Right.
maybe this is one of the way that he wants to whatever. She asking him about, I don't want to work out. I hope when I come, there's nobody here running around. Of course, because maybe Amber peep, what's her name, Melissa energy. So maybe that
Yes.
is why Amber
Yes.
even said that to him, because Amber might have realized that Melissa energy was off regarding
Right.
the fact that she did not even maybe come downstairs with them. So maybe she
Mm-hmm.
thinks that Melissa and him might be having a relationship or something.
Right.
She know the dynamics with that. So maybe that's why she said, I don't want to
Right.
come and I have somebody come screaming or whatever. That's not mean anything. And
Mm-hmm.
he said that no, he does not have anybody there.
Right.
I don't know what
But
he's
who said that
implying.
he don't?
He,
He said he
Dave
don't.
said when Amber said no, so he said you're whatever, and he said no, he does not have anybody. And
Okay.
Amber was yes. So I don't know why what he was
He-
implying, but I
okay.
don't think Dave is that type of person that would want to have an affair with a married woman
No, no,
because
because he
when
see what
he's
happened
sharing
in her
talk,
relationship.
he's
Right.
always inserting God in whatever conversation he's doing.
Right.
Unlike Anthony, Anthony don't pray. The only time he wants to use Amber words against him, words against her regarding the Bible, and most of the time he gets it wrong.
Right.
But you can see from Dave's standpoint that he's a very religious person in terms of his belief. He has strong belief in God, the Creator.
Yeah, that's
So
a good thing.
I don't think he would. I think he might encourage her or tell her that before they can even start anything, she need to get this divorce. Maybe he
Right.
will go that route. But you know, Anthony is going to fight it.
Wait till he see Dave. Oh Lord. He might have a heart
Yeah,
attack on the spot. He might be grabbing his chest when he see Dave. And what if he comes into the restaurant and he see Dave and Amber talking at a table, and Anthony might get his head like, is this why she divorced me for him? And he don't know what the situation is. He don't know that Dave is the one is who's helping her with helping her with marketing. He just gonna probably jump to conclusion like a lot of readers and viewers are saying. He gonna jump to conclusion like, oh, this who she divorced me for, blah blah blah, without knowing before he jumped to that conclusion. That was one of the viewers was saying. I think I want to say like a couple of days ago about that.
Sabrina Hogan, you said, Charmaine, I don't. If that's Anthony, you all would be have something to say about that. Can you let me know exactly what you're saying because I am not understanding your comment in terms of who was Anthony.
Well, I think she's saying that we just paying attention with Anthony with his antics, what he's doing, and what he's not thinking. I'm like,
No, no, no.
we always mention it, J Diva. We always mention it, Dom. We always mention who else? Who's the other person out there? Dom, Lisa. Last was on Lisa, Dom, J Diva. We are listening to other names
Oh,
out here
Sharon
that's
is
doing the same
back.
thing. Yeah,
Sharon,
My
you're
mic is
back.
not working.
Your mic, I'm hearing you though.
we hear you.
I had to do a force close. I bought the system that
Oh,
John Journey told me to buy, but my bad mistake was didn't get to take off the older version that was the other
oh, okay,
virus
okay,
I
thing.
understand. I see.
Thank you guys.
okay.
I was listening and you guys are doing a great job. Don't stop. I like where you guys going. Thank you
Yeah,
guys for still being
no
here.
problem.
Charmaine is doing an excellent job and Antoinette
Thank
is doing
you.
an awesome
Thank
job.
Thank
you,
you.
thank you, thank
Thank you,
you.
Yeah, we
Chat.
have to keep it
Okay,
going. There's
continue,
a lot of
Charmaine. I'll listen.
comments.
There's a
There's
lot
a
of
lot of
comments.
comments that we did
We're
not get
trying to
to
read them.
read. There's a lot of comments
Stop
that we did
comments.
because they were going so fast.
Yes.
And somebody, nature for holistic wellness said Dave may have told her to fall back. Did we see how they exchanged look at the beginning before Amber came into the house?
Okay.
So I'm not going to say she and Dave will not get together, but I don't see it happening before this divorce is finalized. And I don't see this divorce being finalized because we know Anthony don't want a divorce
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to contest the divorce. So it might be a while before anything goes through if the writers allow it to go through anyway.
Yeah.
But what I'm thinking the writers are going to do, the writers are going to use Dave to put the batteries in Anthony's back to be a better
Mm-hmm.
husband. Because if he see Dave is filling in the void that Amber needs, he's going to want to get Dave out of the way and to be that person to his wife. So I think that is why this is important. I don't think there's going to be an affair. I
No.
think what the writers are trying to do is to use Dave to bring Anthony to that point where he realized that he's not the only man with money. Remember, he said to Amber the other day with the Wayne situation,
Right.
Yeah.
Amber
You
is
want the world.
Amber wants the world, and
Right.
the world does not want her.
Right.
That statement is going to come back to haunt him because if he
Right.
see Dave, and with Dave, and if he start to investigate and hear the person who Dave is, and if he see Dave and Amber in a room and the look that Dave is giving Amber, he's going to realize that yes, the world actually want her.
Yes.
So that statement is going to come back to haunt him. So that might be what is going to be. Dave might be the catalyst in the Daltons' marriage.
I think so.
Because
I would.
if Anthony start to do what he's supposed to do and he start to show Amber that I'm on their side, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and Amber loves Anthony. Amber loves him, but Amber needs somebody who will be there for her. So she told him more than once, I love you and I love you so much, but I cannot do this anymore.
And my question is to you, and I'm piggybacking on what Sharon was saying. Why is he gonna wait till Dave come into the? I don't. I know y'all said the writers gonna have it where Dave gonna be the catalyst. Why is he? Why he's not doing it now? Why he's not helping her out now? You know she gonna do the world. You asking all these questions. You tell her she want the world, but the world don't want her. Okay, show her the world, Anthony. Come here, support. Stop hanging out. Stop hanging out at Shayla's house. Stop hanging out with you. I don't know. You haven't seen Ben in over a week. Stop hanging out with Ben, working out. Come here to support your wife. You don't want the divorce. You claim you want to help her. You're not helping her. So now you got another male person coming in, helping her with her business, giving her good advice, give her that encouragement to lift herself up. Anthony is not doing that at all. It's gonna be too little, too late when he start trying. It's gonna be, to me, it's gonna be too little, too late. Because he should have done that at the beginning.
Everything for Anthony is too little, too late. Trust me.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
for her. You remember when Amber served him that first divorce paper,
Right.
and he came to the mansion and he was asking, "Why are you moving so fast?"
Right.
Anthony did not want that divorce because
No.
to him, getting a divorce is going to be a stigma. He's telling Amber about he's going to tarnish, you're going to be tainted, and it's going to be like you. It's going to be on him as well. It's not just going to be Amber, it's going to be on him as well. But he just want to gaslight her because a divorce is going to, okay, so think about this. Amber asking for a divorce. Which is going to show that he's a failure of her husband because his wife is asking for a divorce, which he's not going to want because people is going to think that he's a failure of her husband.
Okay.
Yes.
It's not that he wants the divorce or he files, it's the wife who files for the divorce. So it must be something that he did while the wife is filing. So people going to say, oh, you're a failure of her husband. And then if this podcast go through, and all that dirt comes out, that is going to be a double whammy for him because he's going to say, okay, people now is going to see why he's a failure of her husband and why the wife actually wants to divorce him. He's not going to want any of that to happen. Trust me, he's going to be holding on with dear life to hold on to not getting this divorce.
I believe that, this is that thing I'm going to say on that. I believe he's not taking Amber seriously in a way because she just said, I want a divorce. Anthony, I am getting divorced. I think he'll know that she's seriously when he is served. That was going to hit him like, maybe, wow, she did do it. When he is served those papers, then he going to think, okay, she's not playing. She's not just saying it out of the blue. You know what I'm saying? So once he is served, he gonna try everything in his way. Like I said, he gonna try to contest it, but he got all this. He gonna try to contest the divorce. And what I'm thinking is that, I don't know how judges do it in Atlanta, how they do it in these skitlands where go get counseling. The counseling didn't work. They can say they had counseling, it didn't work. So I'm thinking once he is served his papers, then he gonna take her seriously. I don't think right now he's not taking her seriously.
I think the paper is coming tomorrow. Every 9:30, every morning at 9:30, skit. I'm looking for the paper.
I take a break from work and go see the 9:30 skit.
Somebody said, I'm sorry, I want Amber to get, Carolyn said, I'm sorry, I want Amber to get a Libby divorce paperwork. So she can, Libby paperwork is not real because when I don't see how Libby serve her own divorce papers.
Well, she do work for Kendrick's, though. She do work for Kendrick's.
Yeah, but
okay, one moment, guys. Okay, so let me piggyback to what I hear you guys saying when I was trying to get this situated. When with Amber and Dave's situation, I didn't like. I'm not gonna try to pull up that video just in case I get frozen again.
Okay.
So I didn't like the look that was. You remember when Dave poured the wine out into the glass?
Yes.
I noticed. Oh, I saw him look over his shoulder at Melissa, and it was it's like an uncomfortable look like. And then I noticed when he ended, I think it's when he hugged Amber, I saw the jealousy on Melissa's face. So if there is nothing, if he wasn't involved with Melissa, or maybe if she has feeling for him, why didn't she tell him, say she has feeling for him? Or if they are just casual hookups and she catch feelings, So with me seeing Dave with that hat on his head and is in his wife beater there, I am here saying I didn't like that exchange. I don't like it's
Me
like
either.
he's a player. To me, Dave looks like he's a player. He reminds me of JMO. When I saw him this morning, I didn't even recognize him at first until Amber got close to him because only thing I heard the person talking to Melissa. Next thing I saw Melissa running like she lost something. You know what I mean? Like she's
Right, yes, yes,
racing. You know what I mean? Even the
yes.
last time at the restaurant when Shayla met Dave and Lisa, Melissa, she talked to Amber and then she rushed after. You know what I mean? So I don't like that. She just running like her head is off her, but like end without her head or something like that. I don't remember how those
Right,
saying goes, but it just popped in my head. Yes,
right.
but I did not like the fact. I wish I could pull that video up to show you guys the look because one thing they give us the nuggets and we just have to pay attention to the nuggets. It's like something is into something because he slightly
Maybe.
turned his head over and look at her, and that was an uncomfortable look I saw. And then she looked at him like she was shocked. And then when he went and offered to hug Amber, Amber went to hug him, and then he gave Amber a really good hug because that's where I realized that he actually likes Amber, and we know that Amber is smitten with him. Regardless, we're just gonna call a spade right there. I'm an Amber girl, and I'm just gonna say it as it is. To me, we all know that she likes him because she was eating that ice cream. Remember with Ernestine? Oh, she was saying that she wants some chocolate in her. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we know that Amber is smitten with Dave. But today, when I
Attracted.
saw
Can
Dave,
I pull up the video?
wait
I'll
there,
probably pull up the
wait
video. I
there,
could
wait
probably.
there, Charmaine, and wait, Antoinette. So
Okay.
when I saw Dave, I am here looking at a bad boy. And I didn't like that because I saw him in the hat on him head and him wife beater, and I didn't like this little look that was uncomfortable that passed between him and Melissa. And then Melissa is giving the jealous look when he actually gave Amber a real hug because she knows that he doesn't do that. That's out of character for him. That's what I am picking up. I don't know if I'm reading too much into something, but that's what I felt like that happened. And if that's the case, I don't think Amber should jump into anything or even take him up on no exercise at his house by herself. As long as Melissa is going to be there, it's okay for Amber to go and do the exercise, but not by herself. Amber asks him, will there be any little woman around to say, that's her way of asking him if he's single? And he says no, because him have the cars, he have this, him have him lifestyle. You understand? Only thing he said is missing, and he did a repeat. Only thing he said, one thing is missing. One thing is missing. And
Yeah, and
only
he
thing
did
I
not
could
say
say, a
why.
queen.
Yeah, but
So
then we don't
I
know
would
if
say,
he.
Charmaine, that if they're gonna hook up Amber with Dave, I would rather Amber get the divorce if that's what they're going to make Amber happen. Let she get the divorce first, because if she go into a relationship now with Dave, she will not get anything from Anthony because they will say she's the one cheating. So Amber would lose every credibility that she has. So I hope that's not where they're going with that nonsense that I just witnessed this morning. And I hope Amber keep it professionally, because I don't think Amber should really go there unless she's fully divorced. You agree with me, Charmaine?
I totally agree with you, but I don't think Amber is even, because in all of that, Amber said she's trying to find herself.
Yeah, she did.
Which she's been saying that for a while, that she wants to find herself, because everything was centered around, she was trying to please Anthony every time. She tried to please him by being friends with Shayla or be forgiving Shayla, to accepting Kai and all of that. So now she is in that space where it's going to be about her. And I don't think it's going to take her cheating for her to find herself.
Exactly.
Because
not.
Amber is true to her vows. She had ample opportunity the first time when they were
exactly,
and that time they were not even living together. Anthony was living somewhere else. Anthony would not be able to keep tabs on her, would not be able to see what she was doing. Do you think now that he's there in that same house where he can actually see her every day, every move, she's going to want to do that? That would not make no sense. It would be like Amber is going backwards.
Yes.
Is not moving forward because
Forward,
the first time
exactly.
she was there by herself, she could have done everything she wanted to do and she did not. She even told him that yes, when she think it was going to get cross the line with Victor, she left.
Yes, it's
It
true.
was
She left.
getting way out of hand. It was going
Yes.
to get out of hand with Victor. She told Anthony that she
Yeah.
left. She
Yes,
break
she
it
did.
off with Victor because she saw that it was going to go somewhere she did not want it to go.
Exactly.
So she left. So what I'm just saying, Anthony was not in the house at the time. Anthony's in the house now. Why you think she's going to have a blown up affair with somebody while Anthony's there and can see all her movements?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I am not saying, but what I'm really saying is this. They can't spin it either way. They want Shayla to look good. So why don't we just tarnish Amber character again? Because instead of we getting Shayla, getting her karma, they are disrupting the Daltons' marriage. And now they brought Dave in, and now Dave is having a situationship with Melissa, it looks like. And now they're gonna bring Amber in, and poor Amber wasn't even reading the room because Amber says she was there taking care of her stepchild. She was taking care of her husband, but she never put herself. So now she's taking care of her. So I hope Amber still stay true to herself, and I hope no matter what they're doing, they're not gonna change the character of Amber.
Okay, so you remember Amber saying, and people keep saying they're doing whatever to make Shayla look good. Shayla will never look good. So people need to stop that.
I know.
There
They're
is
trying.
no way that whatever they can do, they cannot do anything for Shayla to look good. Because everybody knows what Shayla is. Everybody see what Shayla is all about. So it doesn't matter what they do. Shayla is not going to look good. So we can stop saying that.
Yes.
Remember something in when they were running and Anthony went and caught up Amber. Remember there you always said they drop nuggets for us to pick up.
Yes, they do.
One of the things Amber said to Anthony was that this marriage was built on lies.
Yes. And she was right.
This marriage was built on lies. And if you start a marriage on lies, they need to take a sledgehammer to that marriage. You know, sometimes you see some old houses and they have to get rid of that old house
and build
because
a new one.
it's not strong and it's not strong. There's a fire swept through your house. You're not going to start building again with the same structure because the structure is damaged. So once that structure is damaged, and Amber is just coming to realize that the structure is damaged.
Yes.
And we cannot continue with this structure. So they have to take a wrecking ball to that structure.
Yes.
And then they can start rebuilding on a different and on a solid foundation. It might take another 2 years, but that is the only way this Dalton marriage will ever work or move forward. They have to take a wrecking ball to what is there now, destroy all of that, and it doesn't matter how they're going to destroy it. If they have to destroy it with other people,
they're gonna do it.
It has to be destroyed for a rebuild.
For a rebuild, and that's what we've been saying.
If they're going to stay together, if they're going to let them stay together, it has to be destroyed for it to get a rebuild. And when it gets a rebuild, they're going to make sure that this foundation is stronger than the other foundation. At least this one is going to have a foundation. The other one didn't have a foundation. That foundation was lies, deceit, and all of that. This one will have a foundation. So they can take baby steps. They can put 2 rows of building blocks every 2 weeks until they get to wherever they want this house to be. It's not going to be done overnight. And people might think if they do this they do a wrecking ball, it's going to be an overnight thing. It might take them maybe another year or so for this to rebuild. And even if they show Amber pregnant in this time around,
Yes.
Amber might still, they might still make her leave him.
Yes, it's true.
They might
That's what
still
I
make
was
her
wondering
leave
too. Yeah.
him. They might still make her leave him with this baby. I mean, he has been left with babies before, so Chantal leave him with whatever. So they might make him realize what he's losing. This
Yes.
might be the child that is going to last for him to have a Job moment. He lost his wife, he lost his
Mm,
child, he lost his money. And this is
yes.
what he might need for them to rebuild and rebuild with a better foundation.
Exactly. And then, but in the meantime, they're gonna rebuild that marriage. Anthony has to get the help that he needs because Amber knows who she is. Anthony doesn't know who he is. So let we take some of the chats here. Is there any new skits drop that I'm not aware of?
Apart from the
Okay,
Shayla. No, I
okay.
think it was just the Shayla and the.
Shayla and her mother have a second skit.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so let me take some comments, maybe 5 or 7 comments. Nature says, Amber and Dave working out. They will get closer, so it will be interesting their conversation with one another. Hopefully, he builds her and help her to see who she is and not expect self to others. Angela said, Amber just needed a friend. Yeah, she does need a friend, a true friend, not a snake. Thank you, Angela. Eros says, all you people that are against Anthony for what he is doing, some of you are singing praises of Amber. I'm just laughing at you all. You people are always singing praises of Victor. At the end, he was worse. Okay, Errol.
I never liked Victor. I never, from the day Victor came on that skit. And the next day when they were having that breakfast, I never liked Victor. I never liked Victor for Amber. And when Amber was bringing herself all the way to
To
Spain,
Spain.
I was so against that.
Okay.
I was one of the happiest person when Amber ended that because I
Okay.
never liked Victor. I didn't even see the sense in that relationship. You are there and you want a green card. This lady is still married. You think you're going to get a green card from a married woman?
I know, eh?
I've never seen anything like that. So that was so unrealistic because based on the conversation Victor was having with the guy at the gym, it
Yeah.
was to get a green card. And he was saying, you have to hurry up. You have to hurry up.
Yes,
You
I
cannot
know.
hurry. You don't know when this divorce was going to happen. There was no timeline on this divorce that it happened 31 days or it happened in 6 months. But you were so pressed to get a green card. So that was a very unrealistic
Yeah.
split. I was totally against that. So
Hold on. Nana just text me. Let me see if she wants me to send her a link. Okay, read the other chat for me, please. Meantime, I talk to Nanya.
says okay, so error was you read the one for error already, I
Yeah.
think. Where it says all you people, okay. So it says Amber left Victor because Victor wasn't truly her type. So Amber could walk away from Victor. Dave is what she likes. And that still does not say she won't honor her wedding or vows. That's true, Angela. They were talking about the DoorDash and Uber Eats. So if Wayne say he's not divorcing Anthony and Amber, so I don't think there will be no cheating. Exactly, because if there's cheating, it's going to mean that they're divorcing. They're definitely trying to clean up Shayla character. I would never like the Shayla character. It doesn't matter what they do. They could even paint her with white paint. She's
I know.
never going to be clean. Her character is never going to be clean. They could whitewash her character. It's still not going to be clean. Sick of the writers always trying to make Amber look bad. You see, Amber has a range where a lot of people don't realize. People is going to like Amber for whatever reason. They don't care. If you look at the numbers, sometimes you look at the numbers and it will tell you where the viewers are going. So, and Nancy said marriage is over. Yes, Carolyn, because I believe it was not just in the restaurant, people ordering too, and people ordering ordering Amber's pie. Amber need to watch Melissa. Sharon, she likes him. I like a variety of people. That does not mean I want to have a relationship with them.
Exactly.
Why? Because you like somebody, that means you want an romantic entanglement with them. You see somebody who's very attractive and you said, oh, wow, you admire the person. How does that mean that you want to have an romantic entanglement with them? We are all humans. We all eat and drink salt, as O'Neill would say. So unless you start to go home and start dreaming about that person like what Shayla used to do with Anthony, and you start to think about them nonstop, and you are thinking of ways to be with them and all that. That's totally different from you just seeing the person and you have a meeting with them and you leave. So I don't know. I'm looking at the thing so different.
Yeah, I know. But right now, I think Dave is actually liking Amber, but we know our Amber. Amber is true to our vows, and I don't think Amber is going to, if she didn't do it with Wayne, I don't think no matter how much she likes Dave, because she did like Victor and she didn't do anything with Victor. She only want, and Amber know who she is now. So the only thing Amber want to do is to make sure her restaurant is successful and that um, her husband treats her right. I think that's why she haven't served him the paper as yet. And I haven't seen Anthony with Amber as yet either. It's only him and Shayla. They're showing us him and E with Shayla. And I'm here wondering if they're going to drop another skit with Dave and Amber. But in the meantime, I would love
be gone already. I think if there was another skit with Dave and Amber,
they would drop it already.
They'll drop it already. I think maybe we see Amber at the restaurant or something.
So now with the restaurant and Anthony, I'm here wondering, when is he going to show up at the restaurant? I want him to show up there to see how busy the restaurant is. And if he does see the restaurant, is he going to say, now since it's popping, he's going to take credit, or is he going to want her to sell the restaurant? Because you know that he doesn't want her to have anything.
I'm not going to say that. Anthony is not going back to the restaurant because the last time he was there, Amber told him not to come back.
But so, I'm wondering if he's going to show up.
If he get an inkling, for whatever reason, if Shana said to him, oh, we're very busy or whatever, he might want to go see for himself. But Amber told him not to come back to the restaurant. He's not going to just go back there because he thinks every time he goes, he's irritating Amber and he might not want to do that. Mm-hmm. So I don't think he's going to go back.
I think he will go back.
But not just to go back.
The reason why he will go back is because Shauna gonna call him, because you know Amber
exactly
told Shauna last night that she is going to get a lawyer to get her out of there. She told John that he should go and pack him back and get out of there, because that fraternizing that they were doing in that restaurant was unacceptable on every single ground. And I did not appreciate what Shauna was doing there in the kitchen with the employee.
With John. No, with that was unacceptable.
And you saw how he was caressing her, and she knows what was happening. So I'm here wondering, and chats also, do you think Miss Shauna and John is having an affair outside of the restaurant, or this is the first time they're doing the kissing and he's touching her, or they have it outside also? Because you remember she's saying Amber is of the world, but Miss Shauna is behaving like she's of the world, because you know what I mean, she's showing what she's doing onto Amber when Amber is not doing when Amber is not doing what Miss Shauna thinks Amber is doing. Don't you see Amber even call her a cougar? Amber says there's no fraternization in the restaurant, but you're doing it, and that is this is inappropriate. And Miss Shauna is behaving like that. So She keep on saying to Amber, this is my grandmother's restaurant. This is my grandmother's
Exactly, grandmother
legacy.
legacy.
Why did
You
she
can
sell it?
to sell your grandmother
Why did
legacy.
she sell it? That's what I want to know. Why did Miss Shauna sell that? And then she's an employee there. Amber owns the restaurant, and Amber told her last night, I will change the name of this restaurant. She said, oh, Amber says, my name is on the paper. Miss Shauna said, oh, but my name is on the building. But at the end of the day, Amber can change that name of the restaurant, and I hope Amber changed the name of the restaurant, and I hope that Amber is able to get Miss Shauna out of that restaurant. And
Yeah, I
but
hope so
knowing
too.
Anthony, oh, vindictive that little man is, little uncle is, maybe there's an ironclad, a clause inside here that they can't get rid of Miss Shauna. Come to think of it, if it's Wayne, because she's related to Rain somehow, right? Country Wayne somehow. So maybe we won't, when we think that Miss Shauna, let me see if she, Nanya get that link, because she's saying that she didn't. So let me see. Send her a second one. So I don't understand that part there. If they're gonna become friends, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they're gonna become friends eventually. But right now I think Amber should be able to get a lawyer and see. But knowing Anthony, oh, he's snaky he is, I think there's an ironclad, because oh, they're behaving with 1 minute, because the thing was verbally agreement that they will keep her on, and then the next time we see the skit again, Amber is saying that they can't get rid of her, or Miss Shauna is saying that they can't get rid of her. So I don't understand that.
You're okay. So everybody's talking about the Shayla and Angelina and what Shayla is saying to Angelina. What Angelina is telling Shayla. Do you remember Angelina told Shayla how she was to get a house out of Anthony? Did Shayla get a house out of
No,
Anthony?
he didn't.
Okay.
No.
All the things that Angelina tells Shayla that she would become Mrs. Dalton and she was speaking into existence. Was Shayla ever considered by Anthony for marriage? No. So now Angelina is here again telling Shayla some other stuff to do. Who knows if Anthony, she just tell Anthony yesterday, don't leave Amber, make sure you don't leave Amber, blah, blah, blah. So now she's listening to Angelina telling her to go comfort Anthony. Who tell her that Anthony want that kind of comfort from her? Angelina is just assuming.
I know. She is assuming. I have to copy the link and send it to, because I sent it in the email and Nanya is saying that she haven't received it. Okay, read the chat for me, please.
Okay, somebody was saying, I think they're having an affair because there was an episode where Amber Keisha was looking for John and he was in the kitchen with Shauna for a long time. Yes, I remember that as well. I think that was when, I think it was right after the opening of the day of the reopening, but I remember, or they were preparing for the reopening and he was there with Shauna in the kitchen. Anthony's trying to break Amber. I don't like Anthony, Shayla, or Angelina, and that is Tina. I think they're having, okay, I read that already. Shauna is a Christian devil. Anthony's going to reconsider what Shayla was saying about working on his marriage. So he's definitely going to pop up at the restaurant. Angelina and Shayla are snake. We all know that. I think it's going to be hard for her to get rid of Shauna. Not only for the contract, but now the customers like Shauna food. It's going to be hard to get rid of and get another chef. Era, I don't hate Anthony. Amber did her wrong, but she tried to be a good wife. I love the Daltons. They the reason I start watching, but Anthony came back to Amber, but did he change his ways? No, he did not. Angelina wants Kai to have his birth parents together. Angelina wants to make things right by enforcing herself into Shayla's life.
Hi.
Hey,
Where's Nanya?
Hey.
how are you?
Hi, fine. I was looking on the laptop and I didn't see the link, Sharon, so I just jumped on the phone. Hi, Shaman.
Hi, how are you? So I finished reading this one.
Oh.
I
Oh.
think she harbored guilt for herself and Brody to Shayla and Zash. The problem I have with Angelina, her husband is asking her for a divorce and she's not actively doing anything. Her husband is with another woman, she's not actively doing anything. But yet she's here telling Shayla to still go after a married man again.
That's Angelina.
Nanya, did you see? Oh, you hear what Charmaine said? Did you saw the skit earlier with
Oh,
Angel?
yes.
Oh, you
I
didn't see
haven't
anything?
done. Mm-mm.
I'm so scared to try and pull it up
Uh,
because my system was
She can look at it on her phone if she want to. She can. It's an Angelina and Shayla skit.
okay.
It's
Are
a
we
Shayla.
live or no?
yeah,
Huh?
we're live.
Okay,
You're
let me
live.
see. Angelina, is it the new one or the old one?
It's dropped
it's
The
this
pre-
evening. It's dropped this evening.
oh,
So
it did.
yeah.
Ooh. No, we literally just got back. I feel like a stuffed porcupine.
Oh wow.
Okay. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, she's up to her old antics, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Angelina. Oh, when she tells Shayla how to treat Anthony?
Yes.
Oh,
During
no,
the
she
divorce.
not.
I'm gonna pull it up. Let's hope this work. Okay. Nanya. Oh, I guess Nanya must be watching it.
Yeah.
Let me pause it. Yeah. We lost contact with Nanya. Maybe our iPad just get lost. But for a mother who haven't seen that skit, we'll bring it up as soon as Nanya come back on the screen. What I'm saying is this: how can you have your daughter and she's in a relationship with another man, and that's a married man? And as Charmaine says, Angelina is getting the man want a divorce, her husband, and she refused to divorce him, and she's telling Brody that he's gonna get 10% and she takes 90%. And
That does
remember,
not make any sense.
and then she's telling Amber that oh, they're good and whatever, and everything is water under the bridge. But as soon as she hear they're getting a divorce, no, she's sending her daughter back to go be with a married man and say, oh, that's Kai father. Who tells Angelina that Anthony wants Shayla back? But you never know, maybe he
Nobody.
does.
Nobody tell no. But the thing is, for the longest there, you have two of you. Okay.
Okay, am I one now?
Yes, you're
Yes, you're
one now.
on it now. She couldn't see
I,
herself. I think she was on the phone.
I had to turn the phone off. I
Yeah,
can't believe what she just said.
I can't believe it either.
OMG.
She said, mindset positive. She needs to comfort him, although she's with Iman. That's what I jot down.
Do you know what that means?
Oh
Like,
yes, Sheila is supposed to be Anthony's piece again.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
and have two men.
Yes,
Shayla, listen to Angelina. If there was no Iman, maybe she would be listening to
yes.
Angelina. Shayla is so far
Shayla
gone
wants
where
mine.
Iman is concerned.
Yeah.
she's not listening to Angelina. She'll say yes, blah, 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 because Shayla was just telling Anthony, you can't leave Amber. So now why is she going to be comforting? Angelina don't know all the things that Shayla is doing. Shayla is smoking. I don't think that is going to fly with Anthony if Anthony even find out that
Oh
Shayla is there
no.
in the
Exactly.
trees.
Once he
So-
finds out that's not
Exactly.
pollen.
Please.
Incredible. I'm in shock. I had a great morning and I come home to Angelina.
Okay, so what I heard Shayla said just now, I am putting Kai first. That's what she just tell her mother.
Yes.
That's good.
She
And the
said
mother
putting
is
Kai
smiling,
first.
says she get through to Shayla. You see that little smile on Angelina face? Shayla is not listening, Charmaine, as you said.
Of course,
She's not,
Shayla is not listening to
Shayla's
Angelina.
got
she
her
said
own
that is
game
for
plan.
Anthony's
Said,
girlfriend.
yeah, I'm putting Kai first. And he said, yes, but Anthony Sky's father. That's what she said. Anthony Sky's father. So she's meaning if you're putting Kai first,
Then you
as
put
well,
Anthony
Anthony will
first.
be put first as well.
She is too much. Unbelievable. She's telling her daughter to sleep with two men.
Yeah. Well, she didn't say sleep. She said comfort him.
Yeah,
I'm
comfort
not
Comfort
him.
going
him.
to say
Yes,
sleep.
she
She
must
said
cut in
because
whatever way
she
she
said
can.
because he's going to fall into depression
Yes.
with all the assets splitting and all of that. So she
I
just
heard
needs to
that.
make sure his mind is clear. Comfort him.
Yes.
Talk about a gold digger.
Yep.
Mhm.
Now there's a gold digger.
Exactly. And remember, she says Amber is the gold digger.
Exactly.
All right.
Oh,
Let's take
goodness.
some chats, and then Ananya can jump in with us. Some chats we haven't been reading the chat.
I haven't seen anything
Charmaine
today.
been doing a wonderful job. Me tell you,
I know she has.
when I got kicked out of here, I tell you, Dolly says Lynette was put in the cell and had an interesting conversation with another lady in the cell beside her. Oh,
Oh,
really,
she got put
Dolly?
in the cell. I
Okay,
saw
we'll
that
try.
one.
I'll see if I can pull it up, but I'm scared because of the system issue. Angela Atkinson said, error, did not read our comment. We are not saying Amber should cheat. We are not hyping up Amber. We are just want to see her smile, be on her own person, even if the writer make her stay with Anthony. Exactly, Angela. You're absolute. I take that. Let me see if I can find my little
Of
copy on
course.
here.
You want
Hold
me to
on.
see if I can present it? I have a present.
Thank you,
Oh, my
Angela.
goodness. Oh, thank you, Tina.
Yes. All right. So,
I logged in under the old account, Sharon, just so
okay.
you know.
So Michelle says Anthony's going to reconsider what Shayla was saying about working on his marriage, so he'll definitely go to pop up at the restaurant. Of course, he's gonna pop up at the restaurant,
Next week.
But he hasn't checked the financial as yet. But as soon as he check that, he's gonna
He's
see how
gonna
good it is.
see.
And I hope he doesn't tell Amber to sell it. I hope Amber buys him out.
He told her it was her restaurant now.
Exactly. So he's not
now
going
he
to
wants
tell her
to
to
turn
tell
he
you.
might turn around and tell her to sell it.
No,
Exactly.
he's not. Listen,
You know what?
if Anthony want this marriage and he's pretending or he's appearing, then I'm not going to say
No.
pretending because I'm not going to think whatever he's thinking. If it appears that he wants this marriage,
You
he's
know,
not going to do anything to upset Amber further. So whatever she wants to do, he's going to try to agree with her at this point.
is that
Shayla,
why he
tell
look
him.
like a sick
Shayla,
puppy?
tell him to fix it. Whatever you have to do,
Fix it.
don't be
But
selfish.
I didn't
Don't
like
think
that
that
conversation.
it's all about you. We don't like the conversation, but you know, Anthony's thinking that Shayla might be right if it's coming from Shayla.
If it's coming from Shayla.
Yeah, if it's
And he
coming
said it
from
was
Shayla.
crazy. Okay, let
The
Nanya want to say something.
The problem I had, I'm going to make this part brief. The problem I had with that conversation, you already know, Sharon, was that Shayla was not talking. She didn't mention Amber once. She just told him, do whatever it takes to save your marriage because she wants Amber around. Okay? That I don't like one bit because if she cared about Amber, she would have said, make sure Amber is happy, not do whatever you have to do to save your marriage.
Exactly.
That's the first part. But the second thing, if he sees the financials are good, right? Is, in watching them yesterday, and I say this with all sincerity, Anthony, to me, he looks like he does look like he's in love with Shayla. And I'm not we know
I'm
about the
gonna
money.
say that.
We know I did. We know about the money, but what I'm saying, notice yesterday, his attention span, his focus, everything, his body language, even his feet were turned. Everything was facing Shayla, and he's listening to Shayla. He's receiving Shayla. He's understanding. He's not saying anything, but he's understanding. He doesn't do that with Amber.
Yeah,
He
but
doesn't connect with Amber.
I don't.
He connects with Shayla.
Yeah, but what was the
Emotionally.
subject about? Nanya, you have to think about what the subject was about.
I
The
understand
subject
what it
was
was
not, the
about.
subject was not about Shayla. The subject was about Amber, and that is what he was listening to. If
Yes.
somebody,
I'm sorry.
if
I
it-
disagree with
no,
that.
no,
I
no,
think,
no.
no,
I'm telling.
no.
If Shayla was talking about herself,
Yes.
this is what I'm saying. If the conversation was about Shayla, and he was paying that attention, then I would say that. But the conversation was not about Shayla.
The
The
conversation
was about
Kai.
his wife. The conversation was
No.
about his wife, and he was
Yeah.
listening what Shayla was saying about his wife.
Okay, I think you guys are reading something into something they didn't say, and I'm not disagreeing wholeheartedly, but in listening to that conversation yesterday, her thing is this is about Kai. If it is about Kai, if it is about Kai, then it is about Shayla. It is about Anthony saving that marriage. Not once did she say make sure Amber. Not once did she say make sure Amber is happy. She does not care. She wants that marriage intact because she wants access to Amber. She wants access to Anthony's finances. That's how I see it. I'm standing on it. I don't trust Shayla no further than I can throw a rock over in that corner.
But Nana, that does not make any sense. And I'm not
Why?
saying what you're saying don't make any sense.
Why?
But if that's what
Tell me
Shayla
why.
is thinking.
Tell
It
me why.
would not make any sense. If you want access to Anthony, why are you telling him to stay with his wife?
No,
that would not
because
make
he wants.
no,
Tell
no,
me
no.
you're not understanding. She wants Shayla for Kai.
No, no.
Everything
She
is
doesn't.
supposed to be
No, no,
for
no.
Kai.
No.
Okay,
She
we'll agree to
wants
disagree because I
Amber.
disagree.
No, no, no. Amber represents stability.
And
That's
that's
what
not
Shayla
Amber's
wants.
problem. That's
Stability.
their baby.
Everybody is saying they want a babysitter. This has nothing to do with
not-
a babysitter.
It's not about a babysitter. My
It's about
point is,
stability.
Shayla never once said,
But
make
she's-
sure Amber is happy.
Yeah,
She
but the thing
said,
is,
make
Shayla,
sure
is
you
that
keep your divorce in order.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, your
that
marriage.
is not what we're talking about right now.
Then what are you
We're
talking
talking about why Anthony. No. Why Anthony was at rapt attention. It was not what Shayla was. It was a topic that Shayla was talking about. Shayla was talking about his wife.
I understand.
Stay with your wife.
What you're saying, and
If
I totally
Shayla was
disagree.
saying something about her, if the conversation was about Shayla doing something on her podcast and all of that, and it was all about Shayla, and Anthony was standing there just looking and not saying anything, then I would make that assumption. But
Is this the
Shayla
one where
was
she was
saying
talking about the baby?
what
and
All
Shayla
All
was
right,
saying
hold
was
on.
talking
Okay,
about
time
Shayla.
out.
Are we
Okay,
talking
time
about
out.
the
Let me
same
say
skit?
something. I
Okay.
hear what you're saying,
'Cause you know where I
Charmaine,
stand
and I
on
hear
that
what
one.
you're saying, Nanya. And I have to agree with Charmaine. The reason why I'm going to agree with Charmaine is this. Anthony wanted somebody to help him with his marriage. And I'm going to try and see if I can
$10,000.
pull up that clip. So that is why he was intently listening to what Shayla was saying. Because he need help with his wife. Right? So he's listening. Remember, he pays Rolanda $10,000 to go talk to Amber. But what did Rolanda did? Rolanda said she took the money when she was telling Natasha, and she just tell Amber, do yourself, girl. And she says, well, Anthony ruined my marriage to Malachi. So it was a get back. So she wasn't being truthful because she says, Amber and I are not friends.
Well,
and that was her bluff, Rolanda. So
we
now
agree to disagree on that conversation.
Yeah, I know.
Because
So
I
with
definitely
me,
didn't see that.
Yeah, so to
Shayla
me,
is a manipulator master.
Hold on, Nanya. What I am saying, Nanya, all that, pin that. I'll let you have your moment.
Right.
What I'm saying is this. Shayla never do nothing without a reason. And I did do a video on that. She is very calculating and she's a savage. Shayla knows that. She misses that friendship that she have with Amber because she says Amber is a good person. Remember, when she and Amber wasn't speaking, she always state to whoever she talks to, Amber is a good person, and she missed that friendship, right? So Amber, Shayla doesn't want to lose Amber. Yes, she never. I agree with you. I have to part agree with you, Nanya. She wants to be close to Amber because Amber is a nurturing person, and she trusts Amber with Kai.
Good
that's
for her.
That's what Shayla wants. She wants Amber to be Kai's babysitter because at the end of the day, Amber is also Kai's godmother, and she doesn't want to lose that. She told Delicia says she don't trust Anthony with Kai. That's what she said to Delicia. Okay. She do not trust Anthony with Kai. She trusts Amber because Amber is nurturing. And at the end of the day, the reason why Anthony was listening to Amber, to Shayla, is because he needed help how to get his wife. But as I tell you, she's not going to, she says, fix it, Anthony. Stop. You are stupid. Okay. You are selfish. And you know, is the only person can call him names is Shayla. And you're right. He does love Shayla in our sense. And he also loves Amber. He's in love with both women.
Good for him.
One is his baby mother and one is his wife. But he loves his wife more, but he doesn't know how to treat his wife. He knows how to treat a 304, but he doesn't know how to treat his wife. That's what I'm saying. So now, Nanya, he is listening to what she's saying, and she said, take yourself out of it and put Kai first. Do this for Kai. But she never one day says, treat Amber right. Do right by Amber. So I agree with you in some sense.
Did anybody ever say, what does Amber want?
No, they never did.
Two people who supposedly care about Amber. Did either one of them ever say,
no,
what does Amber want?
No, she never did.
It's what Shayla wants.
And what Anthony
wants. Anthony doesn't want a divorce.
But Amber
Shayla doesn't want a divorce. Amber wants a divorce. To me, Amber was left out of that equation. For Amber, that conversation was about Anthony doing what he needs to keep Amber in check and stay at home for Kai. Shayla, do what you need to do. Anthony, get your wife, get your house in check. Nobody ever asked, Shaman, I'm sorry. Amber wants a divorce. Shayla knows Amber wants a divorce. Anthony knows it. If that is what Amber wants, what my point is, they don't care what Amber wants. Mm-hmm. Do you understand? They don't care. They want what they want. Shayla wants what she wants for Kai. Anthony wants to keep Amber. Amber wants out.
Yeah,
that is my point.
I understand your point, but the point
and I don't give them a break, a pass. I don't give them nothing. And I'm done.
I don't give them a break either. But what I'm saying, and I know Charmaine is not giving them me and Charmaine and you, we're on the same wavelength.
They're not talking about what Amber wants. They're talking about what they want. We do not give
Shayla a pass because I know the reason why. Anytime you see Shayla do something, it's for herself. If it benefits her, it's for her. And right now, this benefit Kai.
And nobody.
And you hear what she must tell her mother? She's thinking of, she putting Kai first. Because at the end of the day, she doesn't want to lose Amber. And they want to keep Amber, use Amber as their door.
That's not Amber's baby. Sorry.
And Amber is going to have her own baby.
From Anthony and Shayla.
I'm not saying all of that.
I am.
That
is my point.
What I'm saying.
I'm sorry. That's my point.
What I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. And I'm not going to say whatever. I'm saying Anthony was showing Shayla rapt attention yesterday because Shayla, the conversation was about Amber. It was not about anybody else. The conversation was about Amber. I did not see that Anthony was at rapt attention because he's so in love with Shayla. It was not showing that. It was showing that he was paying, the focus was on Amber. Whatever Shayla was talking about, she was talking about Amber, his wife. She was not talking about her. If she was talking about her and he was still there and the same way, then I would say, yes, he's in love with Shayla. It was not showing any love of anything. Anthony was just there listening to what Shayla was saying. And you know why? Because Anthony never used to hear Shayla giving Amber those kind of praises.
Yeah.
Amber head is big. Amber is this. Amber is
Yeah.
that. For the entire time they were together, there was never a time when Amber and Shayla would say, Amber would be a better wife than me. So all of that, Anthony was like saying to himself, is this Shayla talking? That was what I was getting from Anthony yesterday. He was there thinking, I can't believe this is the same Shayla that I know, who used to talk all those bad things about Amber, is now
Yeah.
singing Amber praises. That's what I was getting. That's what
Okay.
I was getting from that conversation.
Okay, let me mention something here. I'm taking some chats because we've been neglecting them for a while now. So I'm going to take 10 comments. So Angela, before I take the comments, also when Shayla says he must fix his marriage, Anthony said to her, says, it's crazy coming from you. Because
Exactly.
he's
What does that
saying,
have to do with Amber?
It's crazy
That-
coming from Shayla. Of course, when you
What
don't
does that have
tell
to do with
somebody
Amber?
that you're in love with to fix your marriage. Of course.
because to
That's
Anthony,
their
it
problem.
seems like, no,
That's their
Nanya, to
problem.
Anthony, it
I'm
seems like
sorry.
Shayla is telling him
Mm-mm.
fix the marriage because she care about them. But he doesn't realize that she's manipulating him into doing what she wants him
I
to
get
do.
all that.
All
I
right.
get
So
it.
Angela Atkinson says,
I
I
get
believe
it.
what Shayla say caught Anthony by surprise. He did not expect to hear that from Shayla Moore.
I
Exactly.
understand that. I get all that.
Exactly. And nature is saying, Nancy, yep, and said, trust the process before he returned back to Amber. All what he said to Perry about not having a finessing Amber, sued her or move the asset. Well, at this point, guys, if this is what Nania is saying, my
You
opinion
understand?
is Amber should still go through with the divorce if she is pregnant
Amber
and
wants
wait
her
a while.
divorce.
And if it comes to the fact that she and Dave's develop feeling, wait until after the divorce and just start a new relationship at this point.
I don't care what Shayla wants. I
So
don't care what Anthony
Amber
wants.
needs to get away from Anthony and Shayla. Tina says, yes, I agree with that. I believe what Shayla said. Yes, I read that. With and he has to be watched in her non-verbal and body language more than his verbal. The only person Shayla and Anthony are not together is because people are in the way. Amber and Iman, LOL. Alaya say. And Angela says, Nani, I agree. It was more about the manipulation of Anthony to keeping Amber. Plus, she's that family stability fucker. Yes, we all agree with that. LT debating is flipping ideas and seeing what we think. Those writers are trying to teach us. I watch detail, symbolism, and non-verbal and verbal. That's what I do too. And we all know that Shayla is manipulating Anthony. She wants what she wants. And
That's
Anthony
my
should
point.
know Shayla by now, and he
And
doesn't.
everybody else be damned.
Nature, I agree. Amber, anything important down here? Shayla was trying to communicate to Anthony to work on his marriage because he will never find another woman who forgives him. Exactly,
He
Nature.
can work
She
on it, but
was
what
saying
does
for
Amber
him
want?
to get it together because good stepmother fucker. And you are absolutely right, Nature. That's exactly what she was saying. Because that's what she said. Amber is a good woman. And it's not every woman who take what Anthony did. I take back Anthony, considering he had an affair with her best friend and bring home a baby. And Amber is a good person, and as bad as Shayla is, Shayla can admit that. But Shayla says she rather Amber takes care of her baby than the own baby father.
That's
I
her
remember
problem.
that skit.
That's Shayla's deal.
I think Shayla does not want Anthony to think Amber is in regards to Kai. She wants to have a safe place to have Kai because she prefer a woman with Anthony and didn't believe her. The look he gave at the end. But the asset move already. So what Anthony's fighting for? Exactly. He says he wants his marriage. Remember, he told Ben that. Angela. Nanya, I think you have to go to Wayne or the Skitland to make Anthony and Amber get their divorce so that she can be with Dave, the Almighty Savior and Saint.
I
Yeah,
didn't
I
say
don't
anything
think
about
Dave is a
Dave.
saint.
I'm not talking about Dave right now, Arrow.
Trust the process in the question. Right now, I don't trust Dave because I saw Dave this morning. I was no. Watch the body language. Yes, definitely.
Always.
So I think we catch up with all of that. I am gonna see if I can play that video. Let's wish me luck. Let's see if I can pull it up.
You got this. You can do it.
Thank you, Nania, because I
You can do it.
yes, in the name of Jesus, this shall work.
It will work. I do have a present screen.
Okay, hold on. I have a new one.
For us.
Before I bring up that one. Angelina tells Shayla that Amber won't be in Kai's life. Oh my God, what's wrong with that woman?
She
Once the divorce is over.
money.
She said to you guys. Yes, what she said. But knowing Amber, the child is Amber's godson, and I don't think Amber is gonna change from how she feels about Kai.
She can love Kai
And
for
for
the
a
best.
mother to tell her daughter that is unacceptable. If Amber didn't love Kai, Amber would not have accepted that baby. Amber treats the baby better than how Shayla treats the baby. For Angelina to say something like that to Shayla, you see how Shayla thinking into her head now? That is unacceptable. But we will see going forward how Shayla plays this. So the mother is trying her best to get Shayla to go comfort Anthony now. And I need to see how if Shayla's going to take that advice and go comfort Anthony. And so she can have two men. Delicia have.
That's terrible.
I mean, Eman can have three women. But to have a mother tell her daughter, this thing, yes, it's Anthony child, but Amber is Kai's godmother. She's the first person. Oh, yes, she's right. She is right in some instant.
In some of it. A little bit.
Yes, just a little bit.
Little bit.
Amber did not birth any child inside that marriage. And whose fault is that? Anthony and Shayla. Because of the stress of the both of them, she lost her unborn baby.
Exactly.
And then because of Angelina vindictiveness, talked Shayla into getting Amber arrested. So that's why Amber ended up losing David. So I hope to God that the writer is going to write Amber in a good light. And I hope that she's really pregnant and she walk away from this marriage with her two babies.
I will go
That's
with that.
what I want. That is what I want. And I pray and I tell you guys that if Amber is pregnant, whether in real life or in the skit, she's still going to want this divorce. And this is going to hurt Anthony much more than wanting Kai.
Can I say something?
Yes, you can.
So the part that Angelina said, and I hardly ever agree with anything Angelina says. But when she said, you got in the middle, she already called it a train wreck. Shayla's in the middle of it. When she said, Amber didn't have this baby, you did. That little piece of the conversation right there is telling Shayla, do you really, not that Amber has to dislike Shayla, but do you really expect Amber to stay the way Amber is?
Yeah.
When Amber walks away, Angelina doesn't know there's a divorce, right? When Amber walks away, she's going to walk away from you, Kai, and Anthony. So what if it's a godmother? There's no way I would be around Angela, what's her name? Shayla, Anthony, and Kai. If you're done, you're done.
Right.
Get away from those people. That is Anthony and Shayla's problem. And that is what I heard Angelina say. The piece that I heard, that's what I agree with. Leave Amber alone. That's your problem. And it's time for her to understand that is her problem. Why Shayla doesn't want to talk about the past? Just notice, Shayla doesn't want to bring that ugliness that she did to the forefront.
It's going
That
to
is
come though.
why she will not address the past. She
Yeah.
can't reconcile the past yet
That
because of the
ugliness is
guilt.
going to come. It's going to come, and she'll have to reconcile it at whatever it costs.
Exactly.
Whatever it's going to cost, it has to be reconciled. And I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
that's what this podcast is going to be for.
Yeah.
Reconciliation of
Yes.
everybody, not just only Shayla,
No,
but also I
everybody.
think Delicia,
Everybody.
Lauren, Amber, and what's her name, Honeypot. Everybody
Mhm.
has going to have
Everybody.
a moment of reconciliation
Yes.
when all their past, because if you notice what Shayla said, they're going to talk about their life.
Yes.
And if they're going to talk about their life, that means their past is going to come into their life. You know,
Truthfully.
Shayla, you know what Shayla is going
Truthfully.
to do? Shayla is going to talk about Lauren running down men for money, scamming men
Yes.
for money. Shayla is going to bring that up because she keep repeating it.
Shayla
She
knows
said it to
all the
Honeypot.
secrets.
She said it to she said it to what's his name? To Anthony. She said it to Amber. So she's going to bring that up. That
She
these
is.
girls in Miami, and she said it to what you call him, Iman.
Iman.
Going to bring that up because she said that's all these girls in Miami doing.
And
Scamming
Delicia
men
is
up
going
for
to
their
bring up
money,
the
running
black eye.
men, yes, getting money out of men. She going to bring that up.
She's
So
going to bring
when
it all up.
all of that is going to come out, people have to reconcile their past, their
Yes.
behavior, everything. And this is what this
So-
podcast is about.
Shayla needs to get ready because she's going to have to face what
The
she
news.
did in the past. She keeps putting it off. She won't tell Amber. She won't tell anybody. Now, if they're truthful to this podcast, then Shayla, speak your truth.
I
Did
hope she
Anthony
does.
go after you, or did you pursue Anthony? Who started this affair? Everybody thinks Anthony went after Shayla, and we know
Yeah.
that's not true. Is Shayla gonna own it?
Well, Shayla
You
said
have
she's,
to.
but Shayla
You
said
see?
she's gonna tell her truth.
You see, what Shayla don't know is that Amber knows what Anthony told her.
Yes, she
Shayla
does.
don't know that. Dylan know that.
Yes.
So if Dylan's supposed to say, Dylan call into the podcast one day and say whatever, because people will call in and they will talk whatever they want to talk. So there are other people that knows what happened. Shayla don't know that Amber knows what happened.
No, she does
So
not
she
know.
is comfortable in herself that Amber don't know. And when Amber was asking her, she would not tell Amber because she said, Amber, you don't want to know certain things. So that is what's going to happen. Trust me.
Okay,
She's
can
going
I
to
say
find out.
something?
Sure.
So Shayla said, that the podcast is gonna help a lot of female out there, a lot of women out there when they tell the truth. So they have to be, and Amber agree, they have to be their 100 authentic self. So now I know that Delicia is gonna bring up that Shayla slept with her boyfriend in middle school for
Exactly.
sure, because
Yes.
this is a true thing. I remember when Honeypot went and tell Wayne that Amber is joining the cast, the podcast team. He said, "Excellent
He
idea.
was happy.
Now she's married. Oh, this is wonderful. I'm gonna make a lot of money."
And keep in mind, Wayne knows Amber very well. So he knows if it's a mistake to bring Amber onto that podcast. He
Sure,
knows
of
Amber's going to
course.
speak the truth.
Exactly.
And when she says, Shayla, what about so and so and so? Is Shayla going to sit there and not want to answer? They're going to force Shayla to answer. Whether she lies or not, we don't know. But at least Shayla's going to have to face the past. She
Exactly.
doesn't want to face the past. I think
Exactly.
she truly feels guilty, as she should.
Yes.
As she should. And
And
yes,
as I was saying,
she might mean it, though, that it will hurt Amber more if she knows. Shayla may very well mean that, because that is going to devastate Amber when Shayla confirms what Anthony said.
yes.
No, but Amber knows already. So
I
Shayla,
know.
Shayla
I
don't
understand
know.
that.
Shayla said that because she don't know that Amber knows.
I understand that.
Amber knows all of that. So yes, Shayla meant what she says, because if Amber know that she left, if Shayla is thinking that if Amber know that I left you at your house and went
Doesn't
to
know
your
Amber
house to do
knows.
whatever.
She doesn't know Amber knows.
That
though.
is the thing. But she thinks that if she tells Amber this is going to hurt Amber more.
Amber's
but Amber
gonna
knows
bust her
already.
out.
Amber knows already.
I understand. Shayla doesn't know Amber knows.
Exactly. So she might be thinking all of this. And then the other part is, yes, Anthony came the next day and they did what they did. Amber does not know that part. Amber does not even know that Anthony was cheating before. I don't think Amber even know that Anthony was cheating before the old Wayne. She told Wayne what happened. That will devastate Amber, because Amber is going to be like, I am here carrying all this guilt for all this time, saying that you are doing what you are doing because of what I did. Yes. And it was not that. So that is going to be a shocker for everybody.
And that's why I say Amber is asking her those questions now, even though that piece you just mentioned, Amber doesn't know about. She will after the podcast.
She will, because Shayla is going to talk.
Shayla's going to tell her.
And why? Maybe, listen, do you think something else come to my mind? Nanya, something else just pop in my mind.
What's this?
Amber knows when Shayla knows the date.
Yes, I know.
Listen, Amber knows the date when Shayla and what's her name slept together. I don't think it has to do anything with Kai. Listen to what I'm saying now.
Okay.
Amber knows the date when Shayla and Anthony, what Anthony told her. Amber's supposed to also know the date when Wayne came to the house, and when Wayne and Anthony when Anthony came to the house and was mad and was trying to unalive Wayne.
Unalive Wayne.
Yes.
So that was also the date after. So I wonder if she's trying to piece those two dates together.
Oh, that's
not anything to do with Kai. All she wants to know is, did you sleep with Anthony before Anthony know about Wayne?
Yes,
because she knows the two dates.
Yes,
she knows. So if Shayla can confirm what Anthony said about the night of the club,
exactly,
then she will know that it was also before the old Wayne situation.
Exactly,
he's supposed to remember when Wayne came in and was trying to unalive Anthony. When Anthony came in and was trying to unalive Wayne. So maybe those are what Amber's trying to put it together.
Because they slept together 2 times.
Yes.
Before she told.
Okay, so
Anthony.
Yes. I think that is what she's
trying to do. Well, what time is it?
I think that is the exact thing she's trying to put together, because she's saying,
yes,
if this was the night of Bar 44, then this happened. And this was when Wayne came to the house. This was after the night of Bar 44. So
no, was it the very next day?
No, it was not the next day.
The next day, exactly.
It was like about maybe a week. Remember, yes, it was maybe about a week, because he went back the next day. He went back the next day, and they did what they did. And I think he went back one more time. I'm not sure if he went back one more time. But then when he went back to say we're done, that's when she told him. And then he went back and told her that it doesn't matter. They're still done. Because after that, he went back and he said they were still done.
And Shayla doesn't want that piece.
Exactly. And then she told him about and then the pregnancy thing came into effect after that.
That's right.
That is correct.
That's correct.
So,
what a mess. What a web they weave.
Oh my God. And that is all why and maybe that is why Anthony's telling Shayla to have his back on the podcast.
Oh, girl, it is.
Because if all of that comes out and Amber knows that they were sleeping together before this whole Wayne thing, she's not going to forgive him. Because she had that guilt for 2 years. She's carrying that guilt. That was why he started messing with Shayla. It's because he found out about Wayne. Why he started messing with Shayla.
That's
So
exactly
Anthony
right.
don't want all of that to come out. Oh my
No,
God.
Anthony,
I
no,
love this
Anthony
comment.
told her.
Charmaine, let me give you a round of applause because I really like this game.
Well, that's the facts, though.
Yes.
I mean, it is what
Regardless.
it is.
Yeah, trust
Yes.
me. Anthony
All right,
realized
guys,
it.
let me take some comments because I said I was doing that before and I was interrupted and we didn't get to finish the comments. All right, so yes, Nanya, Anthony received every Shayla says. Anthony gives all attention to Shayla the way you give to a wife. That's what Rhonda said. Nature says, I think Aunt Amber is all trying to see if they are fair for Aunt and Shayla cure prior to her and Anthony marriage. Despite what Aunt told her, Amber doesn't trust him because he is not always truthful. And you're absolutely correct, Nature. And Amber will discover when Kai conception date, Anthony is not Kai's father. And right here, Shayla bought up the marriage. Anthony didn't ask Shayla for the opinion on the marriage. And Rhonda Phillips, blessing to you, Nanya says. Okay, let's see here. I believe Amber Pot might help others, young lady, more than Delicia, Shayla, and Lauren. Excellent.
Yes, Angela.
And that is absolutely right, Angela. And I will take that. Mm-hmm. Yes. So now, guys, I'm going to see if I can bring up the skit with that conversation between Anthony and Shayla yesterday. I think I will bring that up after.
Give me 1 minute, guys.
And if I come down too fast. That is Miss Shauna. Oh, here it is. Nani, you can talk to the audience in the meantime.
No, I'm fine. I'll hold my tongue. Doesn't matter what I say.
Oh my God, there's so many skits that dropped today. Several of Darren and Lisa and Darren ex-baby mother.
Can you read that comment from Arrow, please? She asked me, would I stop my daughter?
I believe Amber Park might help other. Oh, which one was that? Okay, so Nanya, answer the question with honesty. If Amber,
I answered it. It's on there.
That's the one you want to read?
Yes.
It says, Nanya, answer the question with honesty. If Amber was to be your own daughter in real life, will you allow her at 46 years old?
Amber wants out. So I don't understand why that's being missed in this picture.
That is not being missed, Nanya. What I'm saying, I'm calling a spade a spade.
I see you saying Shayla was fine. I read your video. I saw everything. But nobody wants to address that piece of the puzzle.
No,
I don't get it.
That was not what I was addressing. You said that Anthony is in love with Shayla because if you look at when Shayla was speaking to him, his whole mannerism and everything, he was just paying rapt attention to Shayla.
No,
and
he had his eyes down.
And I was saying, I was not talking about what Shayla was saying or what Amber wants.
That I was disputing, Sharon, actually, but okay.
What I was disputing was that I did not get that from Anthony about being in love with Shayla because of what
I got
Shayla was saying.
I got that.
That's all I was saying. I was just saying that I did not get that from that conversation.
No, not from
that. What I got was that Anthony was paying attention focusing on what Shayla was saying about Amber. And
this
that's
had
why
nothing
he
to do
was
with
so
whether he
focused
loves
on
Shayla.
her.
That's
I
not
was
what
not
that
talking
conversation
about,
was about.
I was not
I wasn't either.
dissecting. Yeah, I was not
I was not
dissecting.
either.
I was not dissecting the conversation. I was
I
just
wasn't talking about
dissecting.
that piece.
That's what
Okay.
I was talking about.
I would,
Why he was
I
so
didn't even say
focusing
that.
on Shayla, not because he loves Shayla, but because Shayla
I
was
didn't say
talking
that,
about.
actually.
That's
I said that
right. He was talking
in
about
general.
Shayla. That's what I was saying. That was
That
the
had
only
nothing
reason
to
why
do
he
with
was
yesterday's
focused.
conversation.
So, yeah.
Okay, so me and when you came on, that's what you were implying, and we are saying
That
we
had
see the
nothing to
same
do with
skit.
yesterday.
That's the yesterday skit. And we didn't see what you see because one thing with the three of us, we pick up the nuggets. And Anthony only listening to who can help him save his marriage. And then when Shayla finished speaks, Anthony said to Shayla, that is crazy coming from you. I had to turn that volume up properly for me to hear that section because I wrote word for word in my book here when Shayla was talking to him. I wrote it down inside my big book here, word
Okay.
for word, what they were saying. And Anthony said to her, says, that is crazy coming from you because Anthony did not believe that could come out of Shayla's mouth because you
I
remember
understand all that. I don't understand why you guys are not picking up what I'm saying.
Amber head big, Amber down here on her head, Amber ugly, Amber barren. But for her to actually had this is what I'm saying. That's why I'm calling a spade a spade. What she said to him wasn't a wrong thing, but we know the reason why she said what she said is to benefit her son. But she never said anything about Amber. She never says, Anthony, what can we do to help Amber? To you know what I mean? She
That would
never
have been a
put
better
a suggestion.
question.
I understand what you were saying,
And
Nania,
yes,
but
but
I got what you were saying.
but you
But
don't
at
give
this
it any
time,
credit. That's the
yes,
point.
yeah, we
So
are giving you
you
credit
make
for
it
that.
like it's all about Shayla and what she's saying. And that particular conversation had a couple of nuggets in it. And
Yes, it
that
does.
one piece was missed. I was only putting the nugget in there, but nobody wanted to address it.
No, we
You just
address.
want to
Yeah, we
focus
understand, and I
on
gave you
Shayla.
credit for saying Amber was missed from that equation. It's about that Shayla. But what we have to see, what the writer is doing, what the statement, what she said, right, Nania? It came from the wrong messenger. It's the right message, but from the wrong messenger. Because Amber is a good person, and she's telling him, says, he wouldn't get another woman like Amber. That
And
means
he
he would
wouldn't.
never get another idiot like Amber because nobody in this green world
In
is going
God's
to
green
accept
earth.
that nonsense. And she knows. Amber, there's a lot of us out here who is a Amber. And Shayla can acknowledge that because at the end of the day, no matter what they're doing, they rather break up, make and bring rift inside that marriage with Anthony and Amber, and they're always trying to make Shayla be the one who always have something sensible to say. So
And
for
we
it to
don't
come
like
from
it.
Shayla, we all
Yes.
is going, but we have to give her credit for that. We
I
have to call
don't-
a spade, but
I
it's
don't
coming
take
from the
credit
wrong
away.
person. But
I'm
we
not going to
know
let one nugget get
exactly,
slipped
but
by.
we know it was for Kai, and it's because it benefits Shayla. That's why she said what she said. Because I remember that conversation she has with Delicia. I do not trust Anthony with Kai. I rather Kai be with Amber because Amber is a good babysitter for her. She doesn't care about nothing. She just want Amber to stay there so Amber can babysit for her. Meantime, she run down Iman. That's, you know what I mean? But at least they're making Shayla be the messenger of good news when nobody is. So they're trying to clean up the character for Shayla and
I
destroy
called that
and trying
also a
to.
long time ago. When
Exactly.
they started fixing
And then
Shayla's character,
look at
they
the
did it
restaurant.
on
Look at the
purpose.
chaos of the restaurant. Tell me now, if that was Shayla, Anthony bought that restaurant for, say for instance, Anthony was married to Shayla. And the bar and the restaurant wasn't doing good. Shayla would go to Anthony and says, Anthony, whatever she needs, you know, Anthony would have supported her. I understand everything what you're saying, Nania. Anthony treats Shayla like he loves her. And he treats his wife like she's the mistress. And we all get that. And we all sees that. And I do not
that's
know
what I
who is
want to
writing.
make sure the audience hears from us. We can't
Exactly.
give one side and not the other.
Exactly.
Give
So
the
that
whole
is why.
picture. That
So
is
this
why
is
we are
why.
here.
So
Right?
this is why I am reiterating what you're saying, Charmaine is saying, and what some of us, the audience, are seeing. Anthony
Mhm.
does cater more to Shayla. Anything Shayla wants, she gets. Shayla can, you see, she call him stupid, and he still
Mhm.
stand up there, and he
He's gonna
listens.
call him stupid.
And if Amber was doing the same reference, he would have gotten upset and yelled at Amber.
Yes.
Remember how pregnant Amber was. And what did he do? Every time Shayla be jealous of Amber and says, why do you make her pregnant and whatever,
Yes.
whatever negativity is it, he comes home
He
and
would
he
go
yells
do it.
at Amber. It's just yell, yell, yell till Amber end up losing the baby. And
He
that was
even-
unacceptable. So no, if role was reversed, he would have stand by Shayla, help Shayla with that restaurant.
Yes, he would have.
And he thinks Amber is a strong person, as I said before. You know, if somebody is a strong person, you don't think them need help. But Amber
And
actually
that is
needed
true,
help.
Sharon.
So this
We
is
do that
why
with our
the
children.
three of us is saying it's better if Amber leaves him. But to
Mhm.
knowing Wayne, I think somebody says in the internet, Wayne says they're not getting a divorce. I don't know how true that is, but it would really be good for Amber. And Angelina is pushing Shayla go back to Anthony. I do not know if they're trying to test the audience to see if the audience will accept that.
We've
And
been
then
here
they brought
before.
Dave in. And this morning, when they brought Dave in, I didn't like that. So I'm gonna play I staged what's her name? Lynette, because when we started, we were doing Lynette skit and whatever, right? But
Mhm.
at the end of the day, Shayla is calculating. And she tells her, Anthony, Amber is a good woman. I do not care who. Sometimes God made the worst person deliver
The
the message.
message. Yes,
And
he
this is
does.
coming from Shayla,
Yes,
because
he
God
does.
always used the unjust to deliver a message. You understand?
Yeah.
And
Of
that
course
was
I
Shayla.
understand.
All right. Any you guys, Charmaine or Nani, I want to take it away before we show Lynette.
Mm-mm.
No.
I'm fine.
All
thank
right,
you.
so let me pull up Lynette. All right, guys. So we see that Lynette is booked, processed, and now she can make a call and she doesn't want Larry to come and bail her out but at the end of the day, she cannot blame Larry. She and Bethany, she has to blame herself because she whooped Bethany. And
Mhm.
what she should have done that same day, get Bethany arrested. And Bethany's
Mhm.
father decided that he's going to do that to teach Larry a lesson because he thinks Larry is cheating with his exes. What do you think, Nania?
I agree with what you said. I am going to say something
Mm-hmm.
about what Lynette is saying.
Mm-hmm.
Lynette feels victimized, and I
Yeah.
understand that. I get that, but that's not the law. So just put that little piece to the side. You are correct. It was Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
She should have filed charges against Bethany as
Mm-hmm.
well. Larry did tell Lynette if she goes to jail, he is going to come and get her. He told her that in Montana. So Larry is keeping his word to Lynette. No matter what Larry's father-in-law thinks, if Larry's a man to his word, he told Lynette he would come bail her out, and I expect to see Larry on the next plane.
Yes, he is.
That's it.
He says he either get the flight out tonight or tomorrow, but he'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, Bethany should have been arrested.
Yes, she should have.
What she did to Lynette was unacceptable. She provoked the lady. She
She
pushed
was,
her.
but she was
And
fighting.
she was
fighting
got that
also.
lady into a corner. She was being what you call that word again? What was it?
She was provocative. She was antagonizing her, but that's not against the law.
No, the one with her
But-
culture. She
the American Indian.
Yes.
Yeah,
She was.
She should be protected by tribal law,
Mhm.
but I don't know what their tribal law is. But they have tribunals for, for people who live on the reservation. She lives in Georgia. So, that's a gray area. I wouldn't, know, but they're charging her under Montana laws, I guess, because the charges came from Georgia. But it was Mortal Kombat. The courts, like I'll tell you, when my son got into a fight, I think I told you, and the boy hit my son and he ran. My son got in trouble. He didn't go to jail, but he got in trouble because once that other person leaves the scene, then you can't pursue that other person. In Bethany and Lynette's case, they were both fighting. And if Lynette thought it was just going to blow over, if she had filed formal charges for combative behavior for the both of them, they would both be in jail, or neither would be in jail. Mm-hmm.
I think Charmaine mentioned something about earlier on when we just came on, and we were talking about what kind of charges they could bring up because they say
Assault.
it's against the Lord. What did you say
Assault.
was, Charmaine?
I said no. I said right now she's facing assault charges, but if she was resisting,
she did not
arrest, they could put it on as well. And even if Bethany dropped the assault charges, they could still charge her for the resisting.
Because the prosecutor can charge if he wants.
Because she has to be careful of what she's doing. The other thing is, I understand why she's blaming Larry. Because people will say, no, you can't blame Larry because
Larry was wrong.
She went to Larry's house with Bethany sitting there. And she told Bethany in front of Larry that if she comes to Montana and behave a fool, she's going to let her have it.
Yes.
So she did give them forewarning.
She did.
It's not the
Larry, law. I know it's not the law, but I'm just saying that is why she's blaming Larry.
But
she's not blaming Larry.
That I agree with.
She's blaming.
That's why she's blaming
Larry because Larry did not put his foot down and say Bethany, even though Bethany called Jaden and begged to go to Montana.
Yeah.
Larry did not put his foot down and says, no, you're not going. Larry said, if you go, you need to behave yourself or else you're going to see the other side of Lynette. So she saw the other side of Lynette. So I don't see what everybody's problem is. Larry told her the way Lynette was.
He told her,
and she still went and behaved like a fool. And she saw the other side of Lynette.
And now she's looking at Puerto Rico versus Miami.
Yeah. No,
she
but
can't help acting a fool.
Yeah.
She can't help it.
I think Antoinette says there is a law in the States. If you're native and you're slander the culture or something like that, that's a hate crime.
But it's under tribunal law.
Oh, okay.
Lynette
yes, you're
live
yes,
tribunal law.
I forget, Nanya. You're part of that.
Because she lives in Georgia. So that's the difference. The reservation has its own law.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's unfair that Lynette has to experience that and go through that. And Bethany, you know what Bethany did this morning, Nanya? She went outside when Larry was sleeping in the bed to call her dad to find out if they picked up Lynette as yet.
What?
And the dad told her, say, yes, Lynette is going to get arrested. Is either on the weekend here, he's going to get, they're going to pick her up. And instead she go inside and tell her husband, she don't say nothing. She left the house.
Are you serious? She didn't go say anything. She didn't tell Larry.
She did not tell anybody. She only went into Brooke's room. She saw Brooke dancing, doing her TikTok with a song, and she's calling her Woodrot. And she must turn it off. She's not posting that. And the father came in and said, what's going on? And Bethany says, I don't want you must tell her not to be doing that because that is wood business and wood rat. You know what I mean? So those name calling, That marriage needs to end. That is
That
too
is the
much.
marriage that needs to end. That is the marriage that needs
to end.
Wow. She went
It
back
was
in there
terrible.
meddling that child.
Yes, she went in there and tell her she not posting that because she was doing it, and she said, "No, it's a popular thing on TikTok," and then I was just rapping and doing it, and she called her a udrat. She cannot be listening to those udrat music. She can
That
listen to
is
other
the
things, but
marriage.
not that.
That's the marriage that needs to end.
And you should have seen Bethany face. It's just
Was it
unacceptable
red like her
behavior.
dad's? Was he like her dad this time?
Yes. Who was like her dad? Bethany.
You know how he
Bethany asked her dad that it wasn't his place to do have Lynette charged, and she said, "I told you I didn't want that to happen, and I understand why you did it, but because I'm your daughter, but you know my marriage is on rocky whatever it was, the rocky
ground,
road.
yeah.
And she's walking on eggshell, and her dad says at the end of the day, when Crystal then beat her up, she got arrested. So Lynette has to face the consequences.
He hit them first.
So Bethany says they were both doing it, so she don't want to do that anymore. But what I fought Bethany for, she should have, the day, remember when they were at the office and she was sitting down and her dad was saying that he has people in high places he can call, whatever.
Yes.
She should have gone home and talked to Larry about that. And then this morning, since she was aware that Lynette could be picked up for the weekend, she should have, when her dad told her, when she called her this morning, she come out of the bed, and go outside and talk to me in the backyard. She should have gone back inside and says, "Look here, Larry, I did not ask my dad to do this. My dad is having Lynette arrested, and a warrant is out for arrest, and I did not do that. My dad did it."
And she didn't
and
even
she did not do
him.
that. So when Lynette got arrested, Lynette's eldest son, I don't think that is for Larry because I said Lynette's eldest son, he came to the house to see Bethany, and Larry said she was not there because I think that son come there to give Bethany a good weapon. And because I would too if my mommy
Jaden came there?
Not Jaden. Lynette have an eldest son. They didn't say it was Larry's son. They says Lynette's eldest son, so I don't know. So he shows up to Larry's house to talk to Bethany because his mom is arrested. And Bethany is nowhere to be seen.
And she went in there messing with Brooke and called her a hood rat.
No, that the music that she's listening is hood rat. So
hood rat
most likely, but in other words, that's what she's referring to. And she's been, so I don't understand Bethany. And honestly, I honestly do not think the father want them together because the father was very disrespectful.
Well, we know what Larry. He's like. We know the dad, what he is. Wow.
Mm-hmm. So now Larry is beside himself. Larry he put his hand on his head like this when he heard that Lynette was arrested. And he was walking around in the bedroom with the hands on his head. He took his glasses off. Then he come back outside. And you know what I mean? So, his PTSD can be triggers, right? And that is too much for anybody to handle. And Bethany did not give him a heads up. And that is really wrong. But she said she called the station, gave the person her dad name, that she said she told the dad that she don't want. She said she went into detail to let them know that she didn't want Lynette to be arrested. But and the dad says she shouldn't have done that because that's not how things are handled.
Because he is a racist.
Exactly. And I called it too. I called the dad a racist. Because deep down, he knows his daughter is at fault. But and I think he did that because he doesn't want Lynette to come back to Georgia to go to court for Craig. For
Greg.
That's why he did what he did. Yes, I think that's what happened.
Wow.
Yeah. I think we're here long enough. I know that I had technical difficulty mostly for 1 hour, Charmaine.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, and Charmaine did an awesome job. I thank you very, very much. Nania, you want me to stay on or we come off because it's 8:22 here?
No, I just wanted to run in and say hi to you.
Okay.
Because I didn't know we were going to get out that. Well, we were there for a long time.
Yeah.
Yep.
It
Okay,
was
let we
really
discuss
nice.
that after.
Yeah, that's
Hi,
fine.
chat. We
I'm gonna.
appreciating you guys for being
Bye,
here with us.
everybody.
And I next time when I'm on, I'll read more of the chat. We didn't get to cover a lot of you guys, but we appreciate all the comments that we get. I see that you guys says some nice things inside there that really helpful. And Nania and Charmaine been reading your chat, even myself, although we didn't get a chance to put it on the screen and read everybody's chat. But next time we will do better. I appreciate you. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. And
Dang,
tomorrow,
I got a
Nania,
mess.
will you be here tomorrow or not mine? Are you
Yeah,
going live tomorrow?
Monday, right? Yes.
Yes.
I will be
Okay,
here
so
tomorrow.
guys, I will be on Nania's chat tomorrow. Nania's chat. Anybody in the chat here that does not subscribe yet to both of our channel, please do so. You can go over to Nania, give her some love,
I gotta give
subscribe,
you my new address.
and over here you do that, and also at Rico DIY. I really
Okay.
appreciate you guys, and
Bye,
thank you very much.
everybody.
And
Bye.
thank you for your
I'll see
patience.
you. I don't think
And
you guys seen me before Tuesday because tomorrow I have my aerobics thing. That
You
I
do
have to
aerobics?
go after
That's
work.
Okay. All right. So bye for now, everybody. Stays Nania and Charmaine. Bye for now, everybody. I
Bye,
appreciate
everybody.
you. Have a good night. Thank you, guys. I thank you for your ideas. Please comment in our comment section, and Nania and I will definitely respond. All right, guys?